Okay, ladies and gentlemen, everyone, we've reached the halfway point of my One Piece series. 41 volumes today will have been read of One Piece, and then there will be 41 more volumes to go. So, needless to say, it's been a wild and fun ride going all the way up to this one number. 41 days of One Piece? Can't imagine, but here we are. So let's go ahead and get the formalities out of the way. It's time to get busy. Let's go. Yo, peoples! Let me double check here and make sure there isn't an audio delay. There is not. I made sure last night. Now we can begin! But yo, peoples, Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to another live One Piece read-through, where today we are going to be going through volume 41 of the series titled Declaration of War. We are done with the first shelf of One Piece. Now it's time to begin the second shelf. And given the fact that there is... let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, really just 6 days because we're skipping over Sunday. 6 days. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not counting today. We're going to be in the second volume of Thriller Bark for June. And then when we move into July... how many days are in July? There's 31. Take out all the Sundays. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's going to be 26 days of One Piece that I read. So going from that... yeah, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21... 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. By the time we get done with July, we'll be on volume 73. And then afterwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 days into August is when we'll finish my entire series. So yeah, I'll definitely be done with my One Piece series before the live-action TV show debuts at the end of August. So 9 days into August, skipping its first Sunday, we will be done with my One Piece series, and I'll have read every single chapter of One Piece. So needless to say, it's a big venture, and I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of the 41 volumes on this channel for everyone to enjoy, audibly. Let's begin! Because we got a lot to go through, and plus we got more Final Fantasy XVI to play today. The Story of One Piece, Volume 41. Right before your birthday? Yeah, it should be around August... hold on, let me see. Let me check the calendar here. It should be August... around maybe the 10th or 11th. It should be around the 10th or 11th of August when I'm done reading my entire One Piece series. Doing this whole One Piece read-through. It should be around the 10th or 11th of August. We'll know when it gets down to the wire. But yeah. The Story of One Piece, Volume 41. Monkey D. Luffy started out as just a kid with a dream to become the greatest pirate in history. Stirred by the tales of pirate red-haired Shanks, Luffy vowed to become a pirate himself. That was before the enchanted devil fruit gave Luffy the power to stretch like rubber, at the cost of being unable to swim, a serious handicap for an aspiring sea dog. Undeterred, Luffy set out to sea and recruited some crewmates, Master Swordsman Zoro, treasure hunting thief Nami, lying sharpshooter Usopp, the high-kicking chef Sanji, Chopper, the walkin'-talkin' reindeer doctor, and the mysterious archaeologist Robin. Having successfully plunged into the Grand Line, Luffy and friends arrived at Water 7, where the best shipwrights in the world gather. The crew planned to hire shipwrights to repair the Mary Go, but she was beyond repair, and after much agonizing, Luffy decided to leave Mary behind and get a new ship. Usopp furiously opposed Luffy in this decision and left the crew. On top of that, Robin also unexpectedly departed. These fractures rocked the Straw Hat Pirates, and no one knew what would become of them. The government group CP9 attacked the mayor of Water 7 in order to steal his blueprints for the ancient weapon Pluton. However, it became clear that the blueprints were actually in the possession of a criminal named Frankie, and CP9 arrested both Frankie and Usopp, who was with him at the time. After abducting Robin, the only person who could reactivate that ancient weapon, they boarded the sea train and headed towards Enies Lobby, known as Judicial Island, with Sanji as a secret stowaway. Luffy and crew, plus the Frankie family and the shipbuilders of Galila, followed them to the island. Going solo, Luffy infiltrates the island and defeats the 10,000-strong Navy troops, only to confront Blueno. With his renewed strength and resolve, Luffy defeats Blueno and gets within sight of the tower, where Robin is being held prisoner. Zoro and the others are about to join up with him, but will Robin ever return to her crewmates? Good to see you, Psycho. So today we have chapters 389 all the way down to 399. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 chapters today. Chapter 389, Response. Ms. Golden Week's Plan. A Baroque Reunion, Volume 23. Explosion! The fake Mr. Three's Oh Come My Way Karate. So it turns out that the Mr. Three that showed up in front of Full Body and Hina in order to, surrender so that Ms. Valentine would be freed, turns out to be someone who knows Oh Come My Way Karate. And who do we know who uses that? With the fake sign going, I surrender. But this person jumps up out of the ropes that Mr. 3 was bound in and starts beating up Full Body and Django. But it starts with Luffy going, Robin! Director, up on the roof of the courthouse! There's a man wearing a straw hat yelling at the top of his lungs! That must be the leader of the gang, Straw Hat Luffy! And then Spandam only looks on in utter shock.
Don't be ridiculous! When I looked earlier, Blueno was on the roof! Wasn't he keeping guard? What's he doing at a time like this?
And then it cuts to Luffy, whose stomach starts gurgling. Rumbling. I guess it's because I had such a workout. So hungry. That's why for times like these, I have snacks! As Luffy takes the meat that he had in his pockets, and he starts eating it. I'm glad I put them in my pocket.
What's going on? So that's Straw Hat Luffy.
And Spandam can only look on in shock as he sees the defeated Blueno right behind Luffy.
Blueno? No, it can't be.
Delish! I'm totally revived.
He's CP9. He knows the 6 powers and he can wield them expertly. Blueno's power level exceeds 800. He lost to that brat?
And as Luffy screams out after eating food, you remember for the longest time you thought Hina captured Bon Clay after Alabasta? That's what I thought as well. Especially after he encountered Hina. After he encountered Hina after the events of Alabasta. And he stood in the way of Hina so that the Straw Hats could escape. You would think that he was captured by Hina, but I guess not. But here they are, reunited again after all the events of Alabasta. Ain't that a coincidence? And as Luffy screams after eating some snacks, he causes Spandam to fall backwards.
Ah!
Director, what's the matter?
Call Lucci and the others. Gather every last one of them. I command the CP9, and I command that Straw Hat Luffy and his gang, and I command that Luffy Straw Hat. Luffy Straw Hat. I said Luffy Straw Hat. That is on the internet. That's never going away. Greetings, fellow peoples. We're getting the meat and potatoes this arc. Yes, we are. I command the CP9, and I command that Straw Hat Luffy and his gang shall be completely annihilated. Notify Baskerville, too. You tell him that if those pirates lower the drawbridge, his 3 heads will roll.
Yes, sir, right away.
Let's go.
Luffy just put the fear of God into Spandam with that scream. He's all like, and here's the thing, it wasn't a scream to intimidate Spandam. It was a scream of all like, ah, that snack was good. And Spandam's all like, ah.
The coward. You are a coward and a miscreant. Why do you have the position that you have?
Yes, sir, right away.
Hey, let's go.
And then Frankie is only watching on. And then he speaks to Robin.
Look up, Nico Robin. Those guys have made it this close. That's really something. I understand now that you've believed the offer made by the government and let yourself be brought here. But your agreement with the government was just completely reversed by that idiot. Sitting there quietly in your chains isn't gonna make someone come and save you. There's no way out other than to accept their help and escape. But you don't seem so keen on doing that at all. It seems like you're still running away from something. Are you that afraid? Are you afraid that your friends are gonna die here? If you keep turning away, they won't be able to save you. Now, I'm gonna let you see that Straw Hat guy. Hey, anyone here? Come on.
Hey, anyone? Oh, wait, that's Luffy going, hey, anyone here? Come on out! And then it cuts to Spandam, who's still traveling with his troops.
We're gonna put more distance between Nico Robin and the Straw Hat. We're heading for the gates of justice immediately. Bring those 2.
And then it cuts to Frankie. But, Director, Frankie's butt is expanding. And it really is expanding like a big old, it's like, you ever see someone puff up like a balloon? His entire lower half, specifically his hindquarters, starts puffing up to the point where even his legs are being lifted up in the air. How did you do that to yourself? Questions.
What's going on? Is it constipation? Hey, Spanda, I've just had an epiphany about my life. I've decided to end it by blowing myself up, and I'm gonna take you hateful jerks with me. What? With an explosion that'll reach almost 2...
That almost hurt a little bit.
With an explosion that'll reach almost 2 miles in diameter. It's curtains time, so don't try to stop me. You idiot! Hey, wait! Stupid! Stop! 3. Wait! Don't take me with you! 2. Darn it! I'm not ready to die! 1. Stop!
And then it cuts to everyone falling down the stairs trying to run from Frankie. And then it cuts to Frankie, who grabs a hold of Robin with his legs. Like, he grabs her with his legs while his butt is still expanding.
Here we go, Nico Robin. Coup de... Boo!
And he just sends himself flying with a massive burst of air, going straight through the wall, taking Robin with him. And then there's an explosion in the Tower of Justice, and we see Robin and Frankie hit like some iron bars on the far side, and it causes the railing for the Tower of Justice to be destroyed, and Frankie gets free of his chains.
Whoa! Careful! We'll fall!
Oh, wait. I think that's Robin going, well, careful, we'll fall! And then it cuts to Frankie.
The chains! Yeah, they're busted! I'm super!
And then it shows the railing falling off of the Tower of Justice, and then it has an opening that allows Robin to see in the direction of where Luffy is.
That was a close call. Thank goodness for the fence. Oh, you're not hurt, are you?
Huh? They tricked us, Director! Frankie and Nico Robin broke their chains and are out on the balcony now!
Ugh, this smoke stinks!
The coup de boo was basically just a ginormous fart from Frankie, with enormous propulsion power.
Yeah, this smoke stinks! You fools! What are you doing? Go get them! If they get away, you'll all be hanged!
Huh?
Ugh, If only I had one more cola, I could cut another coup de vent and get us to the other side.
He said cut another coup de vent. I think he means coup de bout, but literally just breaking wind to escape.
Well, it doesn't matter. Straw Hat is there. Now go and talk to him.
And then it has Luffy who sees Robin.
Oh! Luffy. Oh, Robin! Thank goodness you're still here! Recapture them and don't let them, and don't you dare! Recapture them and don't you dare let them get away! You small fries better stay away. Weapons left!
And then Frankie is just keeping away all the Navy dudes while Luffy talks to Robin.
Looks like Frankie is there too. All right, wait right there. It's kind of far, but I'll try to jump over. Gum. Wait. Huh? How many times must I tell you? I'm not coming back to you and the crew. Go home. I don't even want to see your faces anymore. Huh? Why did you come to save me? Did I ever ask you to come?
And then it cuts to Zoro fighting, Sanji, Chopper, and Nami fighting as well.
I just want to die! Nico Robin! What's with these guys?
And this is Spandam saying this.
What's wrong with you? The crew risked their lives to come here. That was their decision. What? Quit fooling around!
And Kaku shows up and kicks Frankie directly in the face. You're in my way.
Hey!
Oh wait, that's Jabra.
Hey Kaku, are you that upset? Because you ate that weird fruit?
Just shut up. I like it. And then it shows three figures shooting out of a window on the lower half of the Tower of Justice and going up to the upper section where Frankie attempted to break out. And they all stand on the destroyed section that Frankie caused as Spandam starts laughing.
All right, all of CP9 is now gathered here. But let's wait just a bit. The Straw Hat Gang is fighting amongst themselves. Let's see how this turns out. This is so much fun. Oh, the enemy is just that Straw Hat,
goes Khalifa. Hey, it's impressive that even one of them made it this far. That's Kumadori.
It's true, Bluno got thrashed. The fool.
Jabra. I guess running a bar for 5 years will dull anyone's skills. And that's Lucci.
Still, how could he lose?
Kaku.
Well, he did lose. Chapapa.
Fukuro, as all remaining members of CP9 now stand right on the edge. And that's the end of chapter 389. Onwards to chapter 390, but we got an SBS. Reader, yo Oda-sensei, Happy New Year! Looking forward to the next one. I have a very simple question. Since there are foreign versions of One Piece, shouldn't it be said in English? So I will. Let's begin the question corner. And they type in like military font. There. Now I'll be able to pass my English test. Sign, Nanpo. Oda. Oh, how global of you. Yes, the question corner should span the world, right? The thought that this corner is also translated in the foreign versions gives me the chills. Doom. Question. Oda, can you make this guy one of the 7 warlords of the sea? Sign, Hikaru-kun. They could do that, but then it would come out of his... someone should put a plug on Frankie. It would come out of his mouth. And that would probably be worse. Because halitosis on some people just be deathly. And the person that this individual in the SBS wants to order to make a warlord of the sea is just this weird dude with a pompadour and a triangle face. He literally looks like a pizza with hair on top. And Oda just simply says, no, I won't make him a 7 warlord of the sea. He just says no. Question. Oda-sensei, in the first panel of page 61 in volume 40, the watchdog on the right of the guard dog unit seems to be speaking to the watchdog next to him. What's the story? If this is the case, please ask Chopper about it. Sign, Wright Baskerville. Answer. I wonder what they're talking about, Chopper.
I wonder what they're talking about. Chopper! Chopper. This is what they're saying. Left dog. Jabra of CP9 was dumped by the waitress Gathreen. Right dog. No kidding. And the dogs are laughing with each other. Answer. It seems this rumor is the hot topic in town. So even the dogs are talking about how Jabra got dumped. Fukudo's got a big mouth. Chapter 390, Accepting the Challenge. Miss Golden Week's Plan, A Baroque Reunion, Volume 24. The Destined Showdown. Mr. 2 versus Black Cage Hina. So the fight begins between Mr. 2 and Hina, and she throws off her coat because she's ready to square up too. Don't waste any time! Break down the gates! Get into the courthouse! And we cut back to at least someone should give him some pills. But we cut back to the front of the courthouse where Yokozuna was keeping everybody out. And he's still doing a good job keeping out every single Navy personnel from getting inside. Get off! Get off! Get off! Get off! Get off! Get off! And he just starts palm thrusting everybody. That a boy, Yokozuna. And then all of a sudden, one dude gets hit by a big giant steel ball. Yellow! Guilty! Guilty! Oh, the guilt jury! Move. We will now render a verdict on that frog. Get up! Courthouse, right tower. We cut to Mozu. Oh, wait, Kiwi. Sorry. Mozu's the one with the straight haircut. Kiwi's the one with the bumpy one. Kiwi, watch out! And then there's a steel ball goes through the tower and knocks some members of the Frankie family out of the way, but Kiwi doesn't get hit. You guys! Guilty. Guilty. Courthouse, left tower. Now we cut to Mozu. Guilty. Guilty. Darn it, these guys don't flinch. Unless we get past them, we won't be able to lower the drawbridge. We entrusted Frankie's life to those straw... Oh, wait, this is Mozu. Unless we get past them, we won't be able to lower the drawbridge. We entrusted Frankie's life to those strawheads, so we can't ruin everything by losing here. Courthouse, inside the courtroom. And we cut to Zombi. I didn't think there'd be a judge on this island. I heard that everyone who gets sent to Annie's lobby is considered guilty, so they just pass through an empty courthouse. Why? Well, you're wrong, pirates. This courthouse is the seat of the greatest authority in the world. The trials here are fair and just, says the left Baskerville. With the exception being the jury, which makes the final judgment of guilty or not guilty. They're all former pirates who have been sentenced to execution, so they just want to bring others down with them. So in this town, there has never been a single soul in all of history who was found not guilty. So everyone who passes through Annie's lobby, they're never found not guilty. Ever. Ever. Inside the courthouse, upper floor courtrooms. We got Zoro, as he keeps going through, he goes through one door, and then he loops around and goes right back through another door. This dude is lost. He's lost. He's only been running for like a couple of minutes and he's already lost. Where are they? We got separated again. There's no time. That's right. I just have to keep going up, as he just looks above him. Inside the courthouse, upper floor courtroom, we have Chopper and Nami versus a member of the guilt court. Oh no! Guilty! Guilty! Who are these guys anyway? Who are these guys anyway? Guilty! Guilty! They only say guilty. I'm going, Chopper. No, wait! You go, Chopper. Huh? Me? Alone? Dragon Twister. And then the guilt court member gets sliced up in front of him as someone cuts through the floor. Dragon Twister! Huh? Even the floor here is dangerous! What is that? What's downstairs? Courthouse entrance. Yokozuna! As Yokozuna gets hit by one of these steel balls from the guilty crew. You're so reckless! You've taken so many direct hits from that iron ball. Sorry, it's an iron ball, not a steel ball. Dang it! I'm your opponent, you stupid soldiers! Better forget about that. There are still over 6,000 of us. All right, everyone, we'll mob the courthouse. Let's crush those pirates! And as they start running towards the entrance, something comes down behind them. Huh? Yo, it's Oimo and Kashi! And they land directly in front of everybody. Yo, let's go, Giants! Yes, let's go! Yeah! Oimo! Kashi! He was holding back these many guards? Yeah, that frog's something else. Frog! And it also cuts to Usopp, who's there with them, along with the other members of Galley Law, Tilestone, Lulu, and Polly. Frog! Hey, tell us the situation! What are the giants doing here? Oh, you're with the Straw Hat. You guys aren't ordinary pirates after all. Making those giants obey like that? You're a scary guy. Oh, yeah, your comrades are all headed for... Oh, yeah, your comrades are all headed for the rooftop. Rooftop? You better hurry, too. King of Snipers, leave this to us. Huh? And then we cut back to the Tower of Justice, across from the rooftop of Courthouse with Luffy. You wanna die? That's right. Say, Director, if we just go ahead and wipe him out now, won't it be all over? Hold on a minute. The captain travels all this way in order to rescue his crew member at any cost, and then she utterly rejects him. Have you ever seen anything so fascinating? Robin, you want to die? Listen to him, that desperate cry. I wish I could see his face. And then Luffy is just casually digging in his nose going, what the heck are you talking about? Huh? He's picking his nose? Hey, Robin, we're already here. All of us. As the roof explodes behind Luffy, sending Nami and Chopper into the air. And somehow, Nami lands daintily on the roof. She has like a full-on superhero landing. So anyway, we're gonna save you. And if you still want to die, then do it later. Darn it. Ah! As Nami lands safely, but Chopper lands on his head. And then someone manages to climb up to the hole, and it's Zoro. I should have just started climbing like this to begin with. Zoro! That was you? You're lucky we were out of the way. If we had taken a direct hit, we'd be dead by now. Huh? What happened to you guys? And then someone goes flying through the air. And y'all know that shot when Sanji goes flying through the air with that flying kick. And then he starts somersaulting, and then he lands with his hands to his side. I'm not dabbing, but he lands with his hands to the side. So he has like a fantastic landing as well. Huh? What happened to you guys? Boar soup boot! Kia! Undoubtedly, I'm the first to arrive. All right, Robin, sorry to keep you waiting, but I've come to rescue you. Moss! As he sees Zoro there, just sitting up there, and Zoro's all like, you're late. Because he really is the last Straw Hat to arrive there, save for Usopp. Mosshead, what are you doing here? Hey, you're late. What happened? Got lost? Ugh, how dare you! And then someone goes flying into the air behind them. Oh! Sniper King! Huh? He's flying through the air. Where was he? And what is he doing? Can he land safely? And then apparently there's a sound effect of him flying through the air. And then him crash landing. Sniper King! And then Khalifa just looks on. Kaku, more and more keep showing up. Lucci just looks on. And Spanum is just utterly shocked to see all of this happen. I'm begging you, Robin. If you want to die or whatever, you can say whatever you want. But you have to say it to our faces. He's right, Robin. Robin, come back! And then it ooh! 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 Okay, this is nice. We got all of the Straw Hats, including Usopp, who's pretending to be Sniper King, all standing on the rooftop, just looking at Robin. Ooh! Ooh! This is so nice. Chopper, Sanji, Usopp, Luffy, Zoro, Nami. Just leave the rest to us. And that's the end of chapter 390. Onwards to chapter 391. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And we cut to Oimo and Kashi. For 50 years, you used us, and we almost let you get away with it. Luckily, gatekeeping is our forte. Eat this, Oimo Press! As Oimo pretty much tries to do like a flying belly flop onto some Navy personnel. Out of allegiance to the King of Snipers, we're gonna guard this gate. And then it just cuts to the Navy personnel trying to fight them. Ah! Dang, how come those two are siding with the pirates? And it cuts to a still-bodied Yokozuna. And then it cuts to the members of Galley La. I'll help Zanbai and the rest out in front. You guys catch up with... I'll help Zanbai and the rest out in front. You guys catch up with Mozu and Kiwi on the way to the left and right towers. Got it. Let's go! Yeah! As Galley... Ooh, this is so good. This is so good. Seeing these chapters for the very first time. Oh! Oh, it's a feeling unlike any other. Let's go! And then it cuts to Robin. As she doesn't say anything. And the Straw Hats looking at her. Drawbridge? Yeah, the Frankie family are hard at it right now. You jumped the gun and rushed over to the rooftop, so we had no choice but to meet up here. And then the wind just howls. And then we get Khalifa speaking. They overcame the Aqua Laguna and made it all the way here. Pretty amazing when you think about it. Luck seems to be on their side, goes Jabra. This time we have license to kill. Lucci. It's so much easier when we don't have to hold back. Kaku. And Kumadori and Fukudo are silent. There are so many pirates! And then Frankie's just looking. And then it just shows Robin's face, who still hasn't said anything. Hey, cut it out already, will ya? What kind of burden is this woman carrying? Robin, says Nami. CP9! Listen up, guys. I'm giving you the order to kill them, but do it in the Tower of Law, since there's no guarantee they can even get up here. The most important thing is my life and increasing my status. If I let my men go wherever they want, then if something happened, who would protect me? You stupid pirates! Well, you'll learn that nothing you can do will change things. Cower before the power of the assassin group. I'm sorry, I got taken aback by how I said that. Cower before the power. Cower before the power of the assassin group CP9. Bow under the weight of the gates of justice, which mere human powers cannot open. And moreover, I now have the authority to use this golden transponder snail to make a buster call. And this catches Robin's attention. A buster call? Yes! Just 20 years ago, this was the power that wiped out your homeland, Nico Robin, and the name Ohara disappeared from maps the following year. Isn't that right? And then it cuts to the Straw Hats with Chopper. Robin's homeland? That creepy mask. I feel like kicking him over a waterfall right now. And then it cuts back to Robin when she says, I don't have anywhere to go, or any place to return to. Stop! Not that! Goes Robin. Woohoo! I love that reaction. What a thrill it gives me. What? Does that mean I should press this switch to activate the buster call? Huh? Hey! And then it cuts to history in the past for Robin. Fire! Stop! Stop! Do you realize what will happen if you press that? Robin. Of course I do. With just one press of this button on the golden transponder snail, I'll reduce the chance that these pirates can escape the island to nil. And mind you, going through all of these panels earlier, Robin is apparently having flashbacks of her homeland being razed to the ground by a buster call. Does it bring back memories? It won't end that easily. Just stop it. You're pretty cocky, aren't you? You said that Ohara disappeared from the maps, right? Can you confirm the existence of people from maps? You people only see the world through such devices. That's why you can do such heinous things.
And Spandam just sneers at her.
The ruthless power of the Buster Call takes away even your own purpose. That is the one thing you must not use.
20 years earlier, West Blue, Ohara. Hey, over here!
Hey, over here! There she is. See? Over there. Found the monster.
And then it cuts to a young girl sitting on a tree stump reading a book. And some other kids just throw rocks at her.
Commence attack! Get her! Hey, monster! Ow. Ah! The monster attacked us! Yeah, she's creepy!
Nico Robin, 8 years old, and already possessing the flower fruit. I didn't know that she had it. See, I didn't know that she had it when she was already a kid. I was like under the impression that she had it ever since she was a child, but I didn't know that they actually displayed her using the Hana Hana no Mi back then when we first see her as a child. I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. I'm learning so much. And then Robin rubs her face because it's kind of bleeding from a child throwing a rock at her.
Hey, you! My child says you suddenly hit him for no reason. Don't go near him again. You're such a weird kid.
And meanwhile, you're ignoring the fact that this girl has blood on her face. But you worried about your kid. You better be glad this ain't a 60s neighborhood where everybody's mama and daddy can whoop everybody's kids.
Don't you have anything to say for yourself?
Yeah. Right. You don't remember seeing that in the anime? They show her with her sprouting multiple arms off of her own arm when it shows her her title card, Nico Robin, 8 years old. See, parents like this is all like, my child would never do anything like that. Maybe there's something wrong with you, and and always thinking that their children are perfect. Those parents are annoying. They are so annoying. When I have kids, I ain't gonna raise them to be all like, I'm gonna know the ins and outs of my child before I go around saying like, well, maybe your kid did something. If you knew your kid, if you truly knew your kid, you wouldn't think they were perfect. Parents like this get on my nerves. I'm sorry. It's like they put these kids on, they just prize them so much. Oh, don't you have anything to say for yourself? My kid says you hit him for no reason. There's always a reason. There's always a reason. Parents are like, let me get past this because I'm just going to go on a tirade of why helicopter parents like this, or like parents who dote on their children and believe everything their children say. I'm not going on a rant. I'm not going on a rant. It's not the time. It's not today. Not today. The sun sets on Ohara.
What's for dinner tonight?
I wonder what it'll be.
And it cuts to a child being escorted by their parents. And then Robin's walking around and she's seeing people and children enjoying time with their parents. And then it cuts to Robin, who's just sitting by herself.
Oh, Mommy, there's the monster girl.
You mustn't point.
And then it cuts to Robin sitting by herself, and then she goes to a big house.
I'm home. I'm sorry I'm late. Aunt Roji?
And then Robin goes over and sees something covered on the table.
To Robin, today is my daughter's birthday, so just the three of us are going out to dinner.
Oh, I already hate the aunt.
There's bread, so please fix yourself dinner. Don't use too much jam. After you eat, before we return, clean the house, wash the dishes, take in the laundry, and go upstairs early. Sign, Roji.
Oh, I don't like the aunt. I don't like the aunt, okay? I don't like the aunt. Why are you making this girl do all of y'all stuff? And then you gonna have the audacity to tell her to go upstairs early so you don't see her? What is wrong with you? And it looks like they don't even give her more than enough food to eat. Ooh, okay. I feel like this chapter is about to make me angry. This chapter is going to make me angry. I just know it. This chapter is going to make me angry. This chapter is going to make me angry. I know it is. I know it is. I got a soft spot for mistreated kids. This is going to upset me. I'm not prepared for this. Okay? Okay? You don't do kids like this. Ever. I don't care if it's fiction I don't care if it's fiction or in real life. You don't. Okay.
And go upstairs early.
Signed, Roji. And then all they give Robin is just bread to eat. They don't give her no meat. They don't give her anything else. And she's just eating her bread.
Don't use too much jam.
Like, literally saying, like, you can eat some bread, but don't use up too much jam because we need to eat it. And she's eating some bread. She's doing the dishes. And while this backstory already started off bad, I'm getting Cinderella vibes. Yeah. She's doing the dishes. You know, her having devil fruit powers that allows her to use her arms in multiple ways. It helps her out, but the fact that she's being stuck doing this, and as she's cleaning the floors, she's crying and she's like wiping her tears. Then we see her hanging up the laundry, and then her running outside and going to this big tree in the distance. The Tree of Knowledge, Ohara Library and Archaeological Research Center. It's a massive tree, to the point where people can actually live inside it because there's multiple windows on this place.
Oh, Robin's coming. She's returning some books. Everyone, in your places.
And then she opens the door, but it's dark inside.
Hello? Professor Clover? I brought back the...
Congratulations, Robin!
Congratulations, Robin!
And everyone is just like happy to see Robin. See, these are the type of people that Robin needs to stay around 100% of the time. Not her Aunt Roji. The archaeologists of Ohara.
Genius blood runs in your veins after all! We're done. We have cake. That doctoral exam you took the other day, you passed it with a perfect score. From this day forward, you can call yourself an archaeologist.
And then we see Robin smiling for the first time in this chapter. And that's the end. That's the end of chapter 391. Onwards to chapter 392, but we got an SBS. Question. In chapter 367, Sanji breaks a transponder snail. That's terrible. The transponder snail didn't do a thing to him. Do you want the transponder snail to cry? It'll cry out in pain, you know? Maybe its body won't hurt, but it'll cry because of emotional hurt. So let's apologize. Signed, Naoko. And Oda. Well, I thought that's the impression you get, but there's no need to worry. The illustration on the right is a transponder snail in the wild. It is able to communicate with its cohorts through the use of electrical waves, thought waves, and humans attach a button receiver to contact a specific transponder snail. Hence, even if the receiver is crushed, it doesn't hurt the transponder snail itself. Question. Mr. Oda, you are guilty of sexual harassment. Signed, representative of all girls. Answer. What? I didn't say anything that can be called harassment. I have no idea what you're talking about. Question. Nami's bust measurements of 95 equals what cup size? Really? We're going down this road. Signed, Nami loving man. There's many more of them in the world today than there were back then. Answer. So you're the culprit. Questions like yours are why the girls are protesting up above. Although I'm curious too, but cup size is hard to determine. They use terms like band size and cup size that I don't understand. I don't understand it either because that is not my territory and I do not need to press that matter any further. I wish our female readers would enlighten us. What are Nami and Robin's cup sizes? That can be seen as sexual harassment. That's the end of SBS. Onwards to chapter 392, Derishi. Miss Golden Week's Plan, A Baroque Reunion, Volume 25. The Captain's True Power. As we see Hina fighting Bon Clay, and she's using her devil fruit abilities against him. As they're kicking each other, her leg goes through his, and it wraps a band around his leg. So think about it. With her ability, she wraps people in these solid steel bars when it passes through them. So imagine if she just allows you to try to lock arms with her or lock legs, you wind up with these weighty metal pieces over your body that get heavier and heavier and force it to become like an overbearing weight over time. I wonder, how do you remove that? Like, we see it be wrapped around people with no way for it to be pulled off, but how is it actually taken off? Like, I can understand if it's wrapped around their arms and they can't move, you just kind of maybe shimmy them out, but how would you get them out of it? That's just me.
But we get this individual with a big old clover-shaped haircut going, "This certifies that you're a scholar. It's for you, Robin. Now listen up, Robin. You must thoroughly understand what it means to be an archaeologist." Professor Clover, Ohara Library's head librarian and authority on archaeology. And Robin is holding the medal that Clover gave to her. That's the thing that signifies that she's actually a scholar and archaeologist. And then we get other scholars. "Well done, Robin.
Congratulations.
Knowledge, specifically knowledge of the past. 5,000 years old. That is how old our tree of knowledge is. And in that time, countless documents have been sent here from all over the world. These are the priceless artifacts of all humanity. This library takes pride in storing the world's most important and most ancient knowledge. Under this tree of knowledge, fine archaeologists from every sea have gathered. There is no historical mystery that cannot be unraveled. With the help of the documents found here." And it really is a ginormous library. "Do you understand? Be very proud to be able to study archaeology in such a place. I look forward to your continued research into various cultures and the contributions you will make to the world."
Professor, I want to unravel the mystery of the void in history.
No. That is the one thing that is forbidden. It is still taboo.
Huh? Why? By researching the poneglyph, I'll be able to understand what happened during the 100 blank years, right?
No, why do you know of that? Have you been using your powers to peek inside the basement? You must know that it is a crime to try to decipher the poneglyphs.
But everyone is here late at night in the basement researching the poneglyph.
Robin, how do you know so much? Have you been spying all this time?
Well, if I went openly, I wouldn't be allowed to enter. That's why I thought that if I became a real archaeologist, I'd be allowed to join everyone else. And I tried my hardest.
The fact that she didn't want to be left out, so she became an official licensed scholar so that she wouldn't be left out of information. Can we just talk about how much of a genius she is? She literally had the smarts to become a full-fledged scholar just so she could know everything else that everyone else was, learning down in the basement. So in order to feel like she was worthy to know that knowledge, she went through the process of becoming a full-fledged scholar at 8 years old. The tenacity on this young Robin. I commend you, child. But all the scholars are kind of sweating at this prospect.
Robin, you certainly have acquired enough knowledge to make you a scholar, but Robin, you're still a child. If we were discovered, our heads would roll, knowing that we still continue our work at the risk of our lives. Since this became the law of the world 800 years ago, the reality is that countless scholars have lost their lives, as many as there are stars in the sky. This is a good time to tell you, the only place in the whole world to come close to deciphering the ancient words is right here, Ohara. Our scholars have gone too far and cannot turn back. I want you to swear on the Tree of Knowledge. If you go near the basement again, you will be forbidden from ever returning to the library or the research center. Understand?
And then Robin is seen running away from the library. And then one of the scholars speaks to Clover.
She is totally following in her mother's footsteps.
The child still doesn't know about that incident the other day. Robin's mother, Olvia, has already been captured. Her fate is clear.
As it shows Robin's mother on a wanted poster. And then it cuts to Robin, who's walking up to the beach, and she sees something. Well, not something, but someone. And it's a very large individual on the beach. So big that Robin is smaller than the first bend section of his finger. Like she's just barely bigger than the first bend in your finger. That's how big this individual is, at least for Robin, who's 8 years old at the time. And she walks over to this ginormous man.
Wow.
And the person starts twitching and starts coughing up water. as he roars at her. But Robin doesn't move at all. And then he just falls to the ground and he's tired, overly tired.
Huh?
Ugh. Ugh.
What? Worms?
Then time passes and it cuts to this man who's, I guess, drinking a whole bunch of water, or he gets up out of the water and flops over to another location.
Ugh. Ugh. I'm alive. I wonder if she's okay too.
Saul, castaway giant.
This place, is there a town here?
Uh-huh.
I see. It doesn't matter where this is, but I wish I had drifted to an uninhabited island. You can stand over there if you want, but nothing exciting's gonna happen.
As Robin is just standing on like a tall perch adjacent from Saul.
I hurt my leg. That's why I'm sitting here. I intend to build a raft soon, and then I'll be gone.
Oh.
First time you seen a giant?
Yep.
Let me make one thing clear. Don't lump me in with savages like the Elbaf. They're the most famous, of course. They're the most famous, so of course the world believes all giants are like them. There are gentle giants, too. I know it's useless, but I'll ask anyway. When you go home, don't tell anyone about me.
Okay.
That was too easy. I know it's impossible.
I won't say anything.
You're lying. Kids just can't keep a secret.
But I'm really not that interested in you. What are you saying? What does it mean?
Saying? I'm just laughing.
You're laughing?
You're a funny one.
Such a funny laugh.
I've always been told that I laugh funny. It's just how I am. But you have a cute laugh. You should laugh more.
And as Saul says this, Robin blushes.
My name is Saul. Jaguar D. Saul.
D?
Oh, that. I don't know why, but every member of my family has that middle initial.
What's your name?
Robin.
Robin. Actually, there are people after me. I wish there will be trouble if they find me.
I said I won't tell.
Fourth night after the giant's arrival, someone on a Navy ship arrives on the island. Robin! Where's Robin?
It's early. What's the ruckus?
There's no bread! Even our portion is gone! Is that her Aunt Roji? I hope she left y'all to crust and then let it sit out in the open. And then let it get hard. Then she threw some dishwater on her. And then she let that get hard. I hope she only left y'all crust. Because that's about as much as y'all deserve. Especially her Aunt Roji. The jam, too! Oh, good. Thank you, Robin. You ate all the jam. That's my girl. That's my girl! Eat all the jam. Eat all the smuckers. Lead them out of luck with the smuck. Then we cut back to Saul.
Yum. Thanks for the offer, but you eat the rest, Robin. I'm full. I ate fish during the night. But your thoughtfulness makes me happy. Thanks.
Uh-huh.
Now then, I'll continue building my raft. But you sure have a lot of time on your hands, huh? You've been here with me for days. Won't your friends and family get suspicious?
I don't have parents. Actually, I do have a mother. When I was little, she went out to sea for her work, and I don't remember what she looks like. I love all the archaeologists, but they won't include me in their research. The kids in town think I'm creepy and won't play with me.
As she causes her arms to appear on Saul's arm.
Oh, you have a power.
Aren't you scared?
I've been to the Grand Line and I've seen people with amazing abilities. So you're like them. I envy you. Such a convenient power.
You really have a funny laugh. Well, funny, weird, funny.
Weird, funny, whatever. She. When you're laughing, you can be happy.
Why?
Well, when you're happy, you laugh, right? So it follows that if you laugh, you'll start to feel happy, right? You're just a kid, but you seem to be carrying a lot of hurt. So laugh when you're hurting. So laugh. When you're hurting, laugh. It seems stupid to laugh when you're hurting.
It seems stupid to laugh when you're hurting.
That's not true. West Blue, somewhere at sea. Navy headquarters. Navy headquarters to Director Spandine. They're calling you, Director. Ignore them. Ignore them. They're just checking up on me. When we can see land, we'll contact them. Ohara, Opera, whatever. Who cares? Why do I have to come all the way to the East Blue? Spandine, CP9 Director, 20 years earlier. And then we cut back to Ohara and the Library of Ohara. The Tree of Knowledge. Professor! Professor Clover! I hope I'm wrong, but it seems there's a Navy ship anchored off the coast. Maybe they're on surveillance. We should take precautions just in case. Yes, notify all the scholars. And then it cuts to Robin, who's laughing with Saul. This is so wholesome!
Did it? She.
Good. Did it? She. And that is the end. West Blue? Did I say East Blue? Did I say East Blue? I see the words in front of me. I see the words in front of me. Why do they not come out the way that I see them? Why do I have to come all the way to the West Blue? It literally said West. Why did I say East? I looked at it. I'm sorry. But that was the end of chapter 392, onwards to 393. Olvia, Miss Golden Week's Plan, A Baroque Reunion, Volume 26. Wait for an opening and rescue, as it cuts to Miss Golden Week and Mr. 5 blowing up the stand where Miss Valentine is held, and proceeding to run away. Reminds me of that SpongeBob episode where Patrick said Weast instead of West. My apologies. I want to make sure I'm saying the right thing for all of you, you faithful viewers of mine. Also, thank you for the constant support over all this time, all these years, all these months, and especially me running my channel full time. It's been a job, but I just want to say thank you. Oh, it's raining outside. But it cuts back to Saul, who apparently finished his raft. It's finished! My raft! Yeah, she. And then Robin's looking sad.
Then, you're going already?
Why the long face all of a sudden? That's right, I was gonna put up a flag. I'll stay a little longer. Yeah, she. Then time passes.
The sea?
You see? You want to go to sea too, Robin?
Uh-huh. My mother's very busy with her archaeological research. But someday, when she returns to the island, I'm gonna ask her to take me to sea with her. That's why I studied, and I finally became an archaeologist.
An archaeologist? A young kid like you? You said you don't remember what your ma looks like.
No, but she's my mother. I wish I could see her.
But did you know this?
But did you know this, Saul? There's a 100-year blank in the history of the world that no one knows anything about.
Oh, you mean the 100-year void? I'm sort of curious, but the government forbids checking into it.
Uh-huh. I heard that my mom is going around the world trying to find out about it. But don't tell this to anyone, because it's actually against the law.
Huh? Does that mean she's going around looking for the stone known as the poneglyph?
You know about the poneglyph?
You know about this? Now listen, Robin, you must never talk about this in front of others, especially that your mother is searching for it.
What's the matter?
Robin, what's your mother's name?
Olivia.
And then as Robin, wow, the rain is really coming down outside. But as Robin says Olivia, Saul's eyes just light up in horror. And he falls backwards.
Saul?
Robin is Olivia's daughter. No way! Is this island known as Ohara?
Uh-huh.
Ah, this is terrible. Oh boy, don't tell me I washed up on Ohara. I can't be wasting time like this. This is terrible. Robin, you may be shocked, but listen carefully to what I tell you. As we speak, a Navy battleship is headed to Ohara.
The Navy? Why?
To eradicate the scholars of this island.
And this shocks Robin.
You must never, ever tell those government people that you're a scholar.
You're lying!
It's true. I wouldn't lie to you. Go back to town right now and make sure there's nothing strange going on. Just maybe your mother has returned here too.
My mom is...
And then it cuts to Robin running back to town. And then it cuts to the scholars of Ohara and the Tree of Knowledge.
Weren't you captured by the Navy? Olivia! Olivia! You're the one who came here on board the Navy ship?
It's been a long time, everyone. I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Nico Olivia, archaeologist, and also the mother of Robin, because she looks exactly like her, except she doesn't have dark hair like her daughter.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news after just returning, but what I just told you is true.
So finally, the government has come looking for us.
Did you read the newspaper? The investigative team that went to sea 6 years ago in search of the poneglyph. All 33 members except myself died. I was also captured once by the Navy. And after going through every piece of my murdered comrade's belongings, the government concluded that we were from Ohara. I have no excuse. It's because of us that this place is in danger.
Stop! It's no one's fault. Those who went to sea and those who stayed here are all one team. You are the ones who suffered. We put you through a lot.
Professor.
So Ohara, where the brilliant minds of the world have gathered to study history, have been considered a threat by the government all along.
They're probably thinking they finally got us by the tail. They won't miss this opportunity.
But I was able to get a hold of that information just in the nick of time. Ultimately, every scholar known in Ohara will be eliminated. So everyone, hurry! You must leave Ohara!
Yes, this time will not be like the other times. We will not be able to evade the investigation. If the government intends to kill us all...
Hurry!
But, Olivia, I cannot escape and leave these artifacts of humanity behind. You understand, don't you?
Stephanie Young also did the voice acting of Olivia in the anime. Ooh, Stephanie Young is a good voice actor. She really is. Well, voice actress.
But, Olivia, I cannot escape and leave these artifacts of humanity behind. You understand, don't you?
We feel the same way, Olivia.
Please.
I don't know what the government is
planning, but if we all run away, we won't be able to protect the valuable...
Oh wait, I don't know what the government is planning, but if we all run away, we won't be able to protect the valuable history we have here.
We'll just do what we can once more.
Still, there's something more that's bothering you, isn't it?
But I have no right to see her.
And then it cuts to, I guess, when Olivia left Robin. Make up your mind, Olivia. Are you coming aboard or not? If you can't leave your child, then don't come. We'll fulfill your husband's wishes.
No, I'm coming. I'm a scholar of Ohara. I cannot abandon the will of those who came before me. I'm sorry, Robin. When the mystery is solved, I promise to come back.
Where's my mommy?
And it cuts to a very, very young Robin crying for her mom.
Your mother had work to do. She had to go across the sea and she won't be back for a while.
Shut up!
Shut up! If you don't stop, I'll spank you!
Hey, stop it. She's only 2 years old. Okay, so Roji's husband is okay. Roji's husband is okay. But his wife, Roji's husband is okay. But Roji herself, there it is. Roji herself stank. Get rid of her. She need to go. The husband's fine. Husband's fine, as far as I know. But Roji? Nah, she can go. She can go.
Shut up if you don't stop, I'll spank you.
Hey, stop it. She's only 2 years old.
Well, so is our child. I don't care if she's your older sister's daughter or whatever. How could you take her in?
Oh, so you married a stank one. Wow. You would think that the uncle of Robin, the brother of Olvia, would be smarter than to choose a woman like her. Ain't nothing worse than getting a woman based off on looks and her whole spirit, demeanor, personality, everything about her on the inside is just utterly garbage. There's no greater loss of life than that. Seriously. You would think he'd be smart enough to avoid a stank person like that. Here I go on rants again.
Well, so is our child. I don't care if she's your older sister's pet daughter or whatever. How could you take her in?
And then it cuts to Robin when she's very, very young and she's looking at books. Who's there?
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're Olvia's daughter. There's no need to apologize. The books in here are all free to read.
Free?
This is the world's best library. You like books? And this is when, Clover, I'm thinking of Olvia. But Clover met Robin for the first time, and she's kind of like nodding while she's teared up because she's scared that she did something wrong. I hate the aunt. I hate the aunt because her upbringing was pretty much pain and misery from this evil stepmother, even though she wasn't a stepmother. But then we cut back even closer. She is so much like you when you were little, and her genius is unmatched.
If she's in good health, that's all I need to know. I've crossed the line, so I have to sever all ties. I cannot make her the child of a criminal.
And then someone starts running up the stairs. Professor Clover! This time it's a ship flying the flag of the world government! A government ship has come all the way to West Blue. Then I'm certain that this will not end the usual way.
Everyone, get this straight. You have nothing to do with me. You don't even know me. Keep that in your head. No matter what happens...
Olvia, wait, what are you going to do? And it shows Olvia running with a gun in her hand. Ohara coastline. Hey, notify headquarters that we've arrived. Come on, move it, keep moving! Sheesh, what a bother. Anyway, I hope this mission gets me a promotion. Really? That's the only thing he's gleaming from this? Okay, men, round up everyone who calls himself a scholar. It says one of the officials traveling with Spandine.
What's happening?
What's happening? There's a woman in town firing a rifle! And then someone runs past Robin, and it's actually Olvia. They don't recognize each other at that point. They don't recognize each other, and they just run past one another.
Professor, everyone! Mommy!
As Olvia runs past her own daughter. Then it cuts to Saul. How terrible! I'm so sorry, Robin. West Blue, somewhere at sea. Vice Admiral Kuzan! What is it? CP9 Chief Spandine reports that he has arrived in Ohara. What? Is that so important that you had to wake me up? Pardon me, sir. Kuzan, Navy Headquarters Vice Admiral, later to become Admiral Aokiji. So we get a much younger Aokiji, whose name is Kuzan. So if you hear me flip-flop between Aokiji and Kuzan from time to time, know that they're both the same person. That's the end of chapter 393. Onwards to 394, The Demons of Ohara. Robin, a Navy battleship is headed to Ohara as we speak. Just because your mother has returned here too. Just maybe, your mother has returned here too.
Professor!
What's wrong, Robin?
Did my mother come here?
And then
And then it cuts to all the scholars who knows that Olvia is there on the island, but they're keeping quiet about it. And then Clover, sweating, goes like,
"What are you saying, Robin? There's no way your mother would be here in Ohara."
I have to sever all ties. I cannot make her the child of a criminal.
"What's the matter? Why this sudden outburst?"
Oh, oh yeah, there's terrible news. Navy warships are headed towards the island. They're coming to arrest all the scholars.
"Is that the rumor in town? They're not warships, but simply government ships that are paying a visit to the island, likely to conduct a more thorough investigation. Listen, Robin, never reveal the fact that you're an archaeologist, even if the government agents come here. You are so young, no one will suspect you're a scholar. Understand?"
and then someone bursts into the library. Spandine, Spandam, same pieces of trash. Exactly. Move! Stop your work! All of you, put up your hands and come outside.
"You're being awfully rough,"
says Clover. The Ohara Research Center is suspected of the grave crime of researching the poneglyph. We will now begin a thorough investigation. All of you must exit immediately. And then Rob is just watching, but they're not really paying attention to her.
"Be very careful. The documents contained within these walls are far more valuable than you realize."
We don't have to listen to you, old man. Take him out. Yes, sir. Hear this, townspeople. Are the archaeologists of this island actually demons who desire the destruction of the world? This is what we suspect. What? Why? But they're regarded as brilliant scholars around the world. They're the island's pride and joy. And so, this entire island will be subject to an exhaustive investigation henceforth. Those of you with no connection whatsoever to the scholars will bring proof of identification to the West Coast and board the evacuation vessel. Evacuation? Why such an extreme measure? If this is a problem related to the scholars, we are in no way connected to them. Why is it necessary for us to leave the island? It is simply our duty to relay this message to you. If you choose to ignore this warning and suffer the consequences later, it will not be our concern. And every single one of the citizens, hearing these specific words said, just take this as like, oh, something bad is about to happen. So they all start booking it. Get out of town! Evacuate to the West Coast! What are they trying to do? And then the wind howls. And we cut. The wind howls and we get to like a government ship.
Ah! I've been shot! It's over! I'm a goner! Curses! Send a message to the superiors that my son should fill my position as director!
Director, take another look. The bullet only penetrated your jacket sleeve.
No, you're right.
Spandine, pretty much confirming that he's the father of Spandam.
The next one won't miss,
goes Olvia.
Well, the heinous criminal who cunningly escaped from a Navy prison. I didn't expect to find you on this island, Nico Olvia. So you repeatedly denied any connection to the Ohara scholars, but being here is like admitting that this is your home, and that the scholars here are guilty of the same crime that your research team was.
My presence here alone proves nothing.
Well, you probably have all kinds of excuses prepared. You are a shrewd woman after all. But it really doesn't matter anymore. What the connection is between you and it really doesn't matter anymore what the connection is between you and Ohara. Once we search every inch of the island, we'll easily find proof of poneglyph research. The government is 100% sure of that. For 6 years, you and your cohorts have given us the slip from sea to sea. Capturing you is just the beginning for the government. Across the world, whenever we recaptured scholars searching for the poneglyph, we always looked for a link with Ohara. Do you know why?
Don't tell me. It was to make an example of Ohara?
Exactly. Destroying Ohara, the sacred site of archaeology, will cause an uproar in the scientific world. It will show everyone exactly what happens to people who research the 100-year void.
Then, the warships from headquarters, which have been ordered to stand by?
How much do you know anyway? In any case, you're correct. They're here to prevent the escape of any of those we'll be making examples of. But as a formality, we must confirm their guilt. After all, we're not pirates. And that's why I came all this way out here. To conduct a compulsory search of the island and chase off anyone who's not involved. That's my mission. And then Spandine just smiles at Robin. Get her. As these two individuals rapidly rush Olvia and hit her with enough force to call her to cough up blood immediately. And then it cuts to the Lyra of Ohara, the Tree of Knowledge, as books are being tossed all over the ground and bookcases are being knocked down. Stop! Those books are the world's most precious cultural assets! Another one? Get him out of here! Come with me. Curse you people! There will likely be a hidden chamber. Don't stop until you find it! Ohara, northwest coast, Saul's present location. And Saul is standing up as he stands there with horror in his eyes going, This is bad. The warships are already within sight. Then we cut back to the tree. As everyone's been rounded up, surrounded by government agents. Is this everyone? Round up the scholars here. Look, it's true that the scholars are all being arrested.
Just what did they do?
I heard they were researching a way to destroy the world. You see how government propaganda can make everyone think one particular thing and then put them against everyone else? They're researching things to destroy the world. Think about how stupid that whole sentence is. He's researching stuff that could destroy the world. Why would they research something that could destroy the world and themselves with it? Why would they do something? Like, think about it. Think about how simple things can get these citizens in One Piece all riled up. If these people who have pride and knowledge above all else and tell people to be very careful with books and materials and everything, why would they want to research something that could destroy the world and thus all the research they spent so hard to build up? See, if you allow people to actually think for a couple of seconds, these sort of excuses made by the world government wouldn't make sense. But there's tons of sheeple in One Piece. I'm sorry for my tirades. It's just think about it. You have to have more than just regular you have to have below intelligence for you to be easily fooled by something a government official in One Piece easily says as a regular civilian. You literally have to be blind to everything around you for you to just instantly believe that's what's going on. And there's hundreds upon millions of blind people in One Piece, which is why the pirates and anyone who's associated with the world, which is why the pirates tend to be the ones who have the best outlook of the world, other than regular civilians, because everyone else is oblivious. We'll talk about this later when we get to Sabaody, because that's where I'm really going to get into it. I heard they were researching a way to destroy the world. Where's the evacuation ship? The West Coast! Hurry! And then it cuts to Robin, who's right there in front of Clover. Robin, it seems there's an evacuation ship. At this rate, there's no telling what the government will do. You must hurry to the ship.
No, there won't be anyone nice on that ship anyway. I'm staying here with all of you.
Robin!
But I like you people.
Never mind that. Just go. And then it cuts to Spandine. Looks like you're all hard at work. Thank you, director. But my, such frightening monsters are hiding in the forests of this island. Olvia! As Olvia is thrown directly in front of the scholars. And she's, bloodied and beaten. So they did more than just hit her once on the way down there. This one's an escapee. The rest of her group was executed the other day for the crime of deciphering the ancient writings. If you admit that you are connected with this woman, things will go much faster. Notice that he doesn't say things... Notice that he says things will go much faster. Notice he didn't say that any of them will go free or anything will be made easier for the scholars. He just says things will go faster, which means that the sooner we find out all this stuff, the sooner we can kill you. Think about it. He's not giving them an option for when they can actually survive. He's just saying, everything will go much faster, which means your deaths will happen a lot faster as well. The day we find out what happened in that 100-year void is going to be a day that will never be forgotten.
Because even now, those of us before we went on break, we still don't know about the 100 about the Void Century. It's called the Void Century, but well, we call it the Void Century. But the day we find out everything about it is going to be a moment that changes One Piece forever. Not just finding out what devil fruits are and how they come to be, but finding out what the 100-year Void Century actually is. That's going to change One Piece forever. And I can't wait for that day. I hope you guys are there with me when that happens. If you admit that you're connected with this woman, things will go much faster.
How cruel to treat a woman like that.
Robin, go to the evacuation ship. Hurry!
Robin?
As Olvia looks up.
Robin, you've grown so much.
And then it cuts to the Tree of Knowledge exploding from one side. What have you done? Do you understand the worth of that library? Oh, that was nice and loud.
To think they would do something so extreme!
Why? What are you thinking? Stop them! Hello? Hello?
Hello, is this the director?
Yeah, it's me.
We found it! There's an underground chamber! We discovered a large stone believed to be the poneglyph and research material that is definitely related to the ancient writings.
And then Spandine slams the Dendenmushi down.
Now then, Ohara scholars, your death penalty has just been confirmed. What an unlucky day. The world's most brilliant archaeologists are all going to die. Ugh, what a disappointment. And now my job is done. All that's left is to report it to the 5 elders.
Yes, sir.
Professor, it's not true that everyone will be killed, is it? Just for reading the ancient writings? Why?
You stupid child! Their ultimate objective was to create a powerful weapon based on their research. Multitudes would be killed.
Okay, so Spandine has been lied to too, because that's not the purpose of it. That's not the purpose of it.
That's a lie! No one was planning anything like that!
Robin, stop. He's not one to listen to reason. What?
Professor
Clover!
Is what the government fears really the weapon itself? Before we are killed, let us speak to the 5 elders, the world's top leaders. After many years of research conducted at Ohara, the sacred site of archaeology, our goal remains unfulfilled. But at least let us report a hypothesis about the 100-year void.
And that is the end of chapter 394. Another SBS, and then we move on to 395. Question. Oda, I prepared some piping hot winter stew right before your very eyes. Anyway, please start. Sign, Demomo. Or Demomo. Answer. Wow, winter stew is nice. Warms a person up. Hot! It's not hot. It's not hot. Not this rice cake dumpling. Now, not this rice cake dumpling. I can eat it in one bite. Ah! Hot! Ah! The inside of my mouth! The skin peeled off! There! How's that for a change? Ignorance truly is bliss. Not even Cypherpole has a clue? Of course. The best thing the world government loves to do is keep people in the dark. And you'll see multiple examples of it throughout this entire series. They pride themselves on keeping people in the dark. But I can't go on full-fledged rants about One Piece without revealing too much information. So once I'm done with my entire One Piece series, then we can have massive deep dives over the entirety of One Piece and not just where I started. Question! I have a question for Odachi. Recently in our house, the following formula, Bull Demon Courageous Talons, Gyu Zume, Firmly Packed, Charming Demon Sleepless Night, Ebi Mayonezu Onigiri, and Shrimp and Mayonnaise Rice Ball has been theorized, but is it correct? Sign, Hachiko. Answer, that's ridiculous. I wouldn't use that kind of wordplay. I really wouldn't. Right, dear Zoro? I wouldn't, right? Nah, it's just your imagination. You're not a good liar. And that's the end of the SBS. Chapter 395, Ohara versus the World Government. Miss Golden Week's Plan, A Baroque Reunion, Volume 27, taking over the ship with Betrayal Black, as it shows that Miss Golden Week has basically taken control of all the Navy personnel on this Navy ship using her unique
psychological paint, like her mental paint. Let's call it mental paint. Her mental paint, and they're sailing away from Vacation Island. Valentine, Mr. Five, and Golden Week, and a whole bunch of Navy personnel that are under her control. And she looks so precious as she's holding up her big paintbrush with these very long sleeves, like these super long sleeves that cover her entire hand. She looks so precious, so wholesome. Has the order been given? No, we're still on standby. Oh wait, because of the warships that are getting closer and closer to Ohara. Has the order been given? No, we're still on standby. It looks like the archaeologist's guilt has been confirmed. Navy warships are approaching. Something big is gonna happen. Hurry to the evacuation ship! And men, women, and children are all running away as we see the dust settling. Inside the Tree of Knowledge. Then we see a stone. What is that? It seems to be the object known as the poneglyph. But no matter what we try, blasting it or whatever, it won't make a mark. What a creepy stone. And these things are scattered all over the world? And then someone steps through the forest with extreme force, crushing a whole tree, and it's Saul. Just letting you know that no matter... Here's a scary thing. You know what? I can't say it yet. Oh, I want to say it, but I can't. Dang it. I hope I'm not too late. Why didn't I notice it sooner? Whoa! What is that? As we see Saul running through the town. Robin! Flee this island! Ah! It's a giant! I see. It's as we expected. Yes, execution. Since evidence has been found, I will carry out the orders. It can't be helped. What an unfortunate outcome. They broke the law of the world. We cannot look the other way. Enough of your false pity. You're not fooling us, elders. Because the elders are on the phone. How dare you? Insolent fool, you're speaking to the ones who stand at the apex of the world. This must be the leader of the archaeologists, Professor Clover of Ohara. You've contributed much to the cultures of the world. Of course I know your name. To think someone of your stature would go astray. The past belongs to all mankind. No one has the power to suppress the desire to learn about a history that is not yet known. Professor! Robin, you must leave this place. Listening to me here will brand you as guilty. As it shows Robin far off away, but she's still close enough where she could see everything happening. And then the elders continue. Reading the poneglyph makes possible the revival of ancient weapons. It poses a danger to the world. Lies. Even if you do not have evil intent, others may come along who intend to take advantage of what you've learned. Whatever lies in the past, if it is part of the history of humanity, then it should be accepted completely. If we confront everything that has happened without fear, we will be able to counter anything that will happen. Such a good way to look at it. Such idealism. I wonder about that. Isn't it just convenient for you to disallow it? The greatest truth that we seek in the world today is not the poneglyph, but the reason for its existence. Why did the people of the past resort to writing on the stone in order to convey a message to the future? They dotted the world with these unbreakable stone tablets, onto which they carved their history. Isn't this because they felt that their message would be eradicated if left only on paper and books? In other words, this is proof that the people who left the poneglyph behind had an enemy. And then we cut to the elders shadowed as they listen in. Just what is it you're implying, Professor Clover? If we assume these people were annihilated by their enemy, then this enemy survived through the subsequent history. And coincidentally, the 100-year void ends 800 years ago, which marks the birth of the world government. Ooh! And this catches the attention of the elders. If the world government happened to be the enemy of the people who were annihilated, we can conclude that the 100-year void contains a history that was inconvenient to the world government and hence was erased. After reading ancient manuscripts and the few poneglyphs that have been found, we've gradually discovered the existence of a nation of which no trace now remains. What is clear from these manuscripts is the existence of an immense kingdom. It appears that they once had enormous power, but all information about this kingdom has been relentlessly erased. It is probable that these people understood they would be destroyed by this alliance of nations, later called the World Government, and carved the truth of their existence onto pieces of stone, which survive to this day, known as the poneglyphs. I see. That is quite audacious. That is quite an audacious hypothesis. Without a doubt, the so-called ancient weapons could destroy the world. However, and more importantly, history will reveal that the very existence and idea of this kingdom is in fact what the world government finds so threatening. Isn't that so?
Clover's a real one. Clover's out here talking to the elders, letting y'all know, like, you're not concerned about ancient weapons. Y'all concerned about the people finding out the true history of the world. History that's a threat to you. See, I have these discussions for anybody who's new here. I have these discussions with everyone here regularly. We'll have quite a bit to talk about next Friday, even though it's probably going to be just like one chapter that we do, because we only got one chapter in June. But this is really what cements the world government as the bad guys, when you think about it. They're not scared about people finding ancient weapons. Sure, they want to get it for themselves, but they're more concerned about people looking into the secret history of the world, based off of what Clover's saying. That's what's threatening to them, the true history.
We still don't know the nature of this threat, but the key is this ancient kingdom that once thrived, and its name was... Kill him.
And then instantly, as the 5 elders say kill him, Spandine doesn't waste any time and shoots Clover directly, killing him.
Professor!
Ohara
How could you?
Ohara has learned too much.
Professor Clover!
Give the order to attack.
Professor!
Don't move, any of you! Don't leave a single soul alive.
And then it cuts to Olvia, who's there, as everyone's trying to make way for the evacuation ships. Hurry and get on board!
Hurry to the evacuation ship!
Robin, wait for me!
As Saul continues running. And then it cuts to Robin, who runs over to Clover, who's been shot.
Now then, with the golden transponder snail entrusted to me by Admiral Sengoku, I shall now trigger... Robin, you fool! You must not stay here!
Professor!
Run! The Buster Call! Goodbye to you all!
And then Spandine hits the golden transponder snail to initiate the Buster Call.
What did he just... Robin, hurry to the evacuation ship.
No, I don't want to be all alone.
This is no time for silliness.
And then Olvia still looks at Robin. And then we see like an elderly looking Denden Mushi as it starts buzzing. Beep, 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 beep. It's the Buster Call! Silver transponder snail. Golden transponder snail receiving line. All ships are in position and ready to commence cannon assault! And then all the warships get closer and closer, and they're big too. Hey, look! The Tree of Knowledge is on fire! What is the world government doing? Getting rid of us should be enough for them.
Don't ask me. The tree must have caught fire from that earlier blast.
This is serious. Don't you realize how precious the documents in there are?
Hey, don't move! put down your weapon. It's time for all government agents to clear out.
Move! Put out the fire in the library! Pass the water!
Get the books out of the library!
Bring that woman. There's one more piece of information that only she knows. We can't have her die here.
Come with me. And then Robin looks.
Robin, please get away somehow. You must not die.
As Olvia thinks about her daughter.
Robin, don't dally. Hurry and get...
And then Robin's just looking in the direction of where Olvia's being taken by Spandine and his men.
Robin.
Is that you? Mother?
And then it cuts back to when Olvia left Robin. Olvia, are you coming aboard or not?
Mommy!
I'll hold her. Hurry and go!
I'm sorry, Robin. I can never call myself your mother again. I don't expect you to forgive me. I have no right to be your mother.
And it cuts to a young baby Robin being held by her mother, and then the kids making fun of her.
Monster! Monster! Her mother abandoned her because she's a monster!
Robin, that dress belongs to my daughter! You can't just take it and wear it!
I'm sorry, Auntie. I just wanted to try it once.
For someone who's a freeloader, you sure can eat. I can't stand Rochi. The fact that she's manhandling Robin, like yanking her and trying to rip the dress off of Robin. And Robin just like trying to protect herself as a kid. See? This upsets me so much to see children being mistreated at all. I don't care the reason. I don't care the reason. I can't stand it. Even in manga, I can't stand it. And then it's just Robin crying by herself in the forest. Why didn't they try to take Professor Clover instead of Olvia? He is after all the most knowledgeable of all the archaeologists. The thing about the world government is that regardless of how much of a value you are to society and the world, if you know too much about the Void Century, then you might as well be no different than a regular person. Your value goes out the window as soon as they see that you know too much. That's the thing, Ozzy. If you know too much, whatever usefulness, whatever value you had in the world is gone. Doesn't matter the individual. When you start looking into the Void Century, and then you learn plenty about the Void Century, your life is forfeit. And what really pushed them over the edge to take out Clover was the fact that he was prepared to reveal the name of this hidden kingdom, of this erased kingdom from way back when. And even now, in the present, we still don't know the name of this kingdom, but that was more than enough for them to kill him right then and there. So yeah, doesn't matter. But Robin's crying by herself in this flashback. And then she's tearing up and she's crying in the present as she goes,
Are you my mother?
and then Olvia's fighting. Olvia's fighting to keep from saying something. Huh? You have a kid?
No,
Olvia.
I'm sorry. I think you're mistaking me for someone else. Forgive me, Robin. I don't want to make you the daughter of a criminal.
As Olvia starts tearing up over the fact that she has to make herself say that she's not the mother of her own child. Imagine a parent having to say, like, no, I'm not your parent. Knowing full well that you are, but you're doing it for their sake. Imagine a mother, not just like regular parents, but just a mother saying that to their own children that they gave birth to. That they have to force themselves to say that that's not my child in order for that child to get away. The pain, I can't even imagine. I'm not a father. I'm definitely not a mother. So imagine that pain, that gut-wrenching, heart-rending pain of having to say that about your own kids. What a strange kid. Let's go.
I'm Robin. I've grown some, but don't you remember me? I've waited all this time for you to come home. You're really not my mother?
As Olvia is keeping herself from crying.
I had hoped one day we could hold hands and walk together. I studied really hard and became an archaeologist. I can read the poneglyphs too.
That kid? Oh no! Stop, Robin!
So please, let me stay with you, Mother.
And then it shows cannons firing onto Ohara as Robin screams,
Please don't leave me alone again.
Commence the buster call, beginning simultaneous firing. Target all of Ohara, the island of archaeology. And that is the end of chapter 395. Onwards to chapter 396. But first, we got an SBS. Question: please massage my shoulders. Answer:
This part was so heartbreaking to watch in the anime. See, it's hard. See, I told y'all I may not have like a full-on emotional, visually reaction to a lot of these chapters simply because I guess you could say I've been so desensitized with situations where I would normally cry a lot to the point where my body has grown used to it, and I simply just don't feel that sensation to just get all teary-eyed. Had I not become desensitized with it, I probably would be tearing up now. But because of events that have happened in my life, I really don't cry as much as I used to. So I feel the emotion, but not the bodily drive to, like get teary-eyed and overly emotional about it. But it's still just like I feel it, and just seeing this whole interaction, a child crying out for their mother and their mother's refusing to acknowledge them just to keep them safe. That's the true love of a parent, you understand? So just to see this on pages, like if I were to watch this in animation, it's like I could, like the voice acting would very much help, both in the sub and the dub, because the dub for One Piece is actually quite good, and they can in fact hit on a lot of notes. They do in fact hit on a lot of good notes for the anime when it comes to the voice acting and the portrayal of characters. So it's like, it just be that way sometimes. Answer: massage. All right, on to the next postcard. Question: in chapter 376, I get it, Sniper King gives Chopper an autograph, but what did it say? Please tell me. Signed T-Bone lookalike. Actually, the one who looks just like T-Bone is my kid sister. And then it looks like this autograph. And then it just shows Oda drawing what the autograph looks like for Sniper King, and it says, to Chopper from Sniper King. Question: to Orachi, do you think it's possible to will yourself to fly through the sky? Signed, Mutsuki. Answer: ages ago, people did fly across the skies. One day, someone said, you can't fly in the sky, and people lost their ability to fly. Because they lost their wings, also known as faith. The end. Hey! Question: what would happen if you used the Tempest Kick for a haircut? Signed, Anga II. Answer: your head would be cut off. A real clean shave. Still, it's possible to stay alive like that, and only those who really believe that should try it. Question: Gum 300-pound cannon! Sign, boom! Sign, Man of Leisure. Answer: shave! Pew! And that's the end of the SBS. Had to crack some bones just a little bit. Alright, let's keep going. Chapter 396, Saul. Miss Goldenweek's Plan, A Baroque Reunion, Volume 28. Onwards to the Navy Prison. And we have basically a Navy prison that's out here on the outskirts. And explosions are happening all over as Ohara is getting bombarded by a bustical. The research carried out by the archaeologists of Ohara is far more the research carried out by the archaeologists of Ohara. Yeah, what's happening? What's with all the cannon fire? Is far more extensive than we anticipated. Knowledge propagates. We cannot let it spread beyond the island. Hurry to the evacuation ship! Obliterate all the demons of Ohara in the name of justice! And then explosions happen all around everyone, including right near Spandine. Darn it! What the heck? What are they doing? We're not off the island yet! Do they want to kill us? The Tree of Knowledge has been hit! Curse them! How can they be so destructive? Without question, this kind of power comes directly from headquarters. This is what the government intended all along. The fools! Director, that kid, if she's really an archaeologist. Yeah, that's what she said, but I don't know if it's true or not. When you're not sure about something, the surest option is to eliminate it. Commit her face to memory, and do not let her off the island. Withdraw! Should we bring Olvia? Never mind, it doesn't matter now. Forget her. If we stay here, we'll end up getting killed too. My life is more important than anything else right now. Like father, like son. Because Spandam thought the exact same thing when CP9 showed up in order to defend him. Because he thought that if no one's there to defend me, the only thing that matters is my life. And if no one's there to guard me, then anything could happen, like if no one's there to guard me.
My life is more important than anything else right now.
Withdraw, troops! Return to the ship! What's going on? Why has the cannon assault already begun? And then it cuts to Olvia, who's right there. Do something about the fire in the library! Protect the tree of knowledge! And then Robin, thinking about a family holding hands with one another, possibly her holding hands with both her mom and dad, grabs onto Olvia.
I always wanted to do this. For so long.
And then Olvia just embraces her daughter. This is a wholesome moment right here.
Robin! Mother!
And she's just crying as she's holding on to her mom.
It's all my fault, Robin. Is it true that you can read the poneglyph? I kept my eyes on you, and yet...
Oh, wait, this is Clover. This is Clover. Why did I think that was Saul? This is Clover.
It's all my fault, Robin. Is it true that you can read the poneglyph? I kept my eyes on you, and yet...
And then it cuts to Robin and Olvia hugging each other.
I'm sorry. I had to.
I'm sorry. I had to. To think you're capable of such a thing. I'm so impressed. You really did your best and studied hard. That's not something just anyone can do. That is wonderful, Robin.
And then Robin, hearing these compliments coming directly from her mom, who she hasn't seen in years, just causes her to cry out and just bawl on her mom.
Fortunately, the only one who heard that was the official who was just here. You must not waste any time here. Olvia, take Robin and escape. If you can sneak Robin onto the evacuation ship, you can leave this island. Robin!
And it cuts to Saul, who's right there in front of Robin and Olvia.
There you are. I've been looking for you.
Saul!
You were reunited with Olvia.
Saul, why? Why are you on this island?
It's karma. I was shipwrecked and Robin saved me on the shore. But never mind that. The situation is dire. We have to leave this island. Please take
care of Robin. My daughter. Make sure she escapes from the island.
Huh?
Huh? No! What about you? Are you coming with me?
Olvia, you...
I still have things to do here.
Mother! I don't want to leave you! Not after I finally got to see you again! I'll stay here with you!
Robin, if you are a scholar of Ohara, you should know that history is humanity's greatest asset. It will enlighten the future that lies ahead for all of us. But knowledge of the past must be passed on to the next generation, or it will disappear.
Put out the fire! Save the books!
Ohara wasn't trying to expose history. We just wanted to retrieve and protect the voices of the past. Our research will end here, but even if Ohara perishes, we cannot give up on the future of the world.
Words spoken like a true mom. Words spoken like a true person, when you think about it. So many inspirational speeches.
I don't understand.
You will someday. You will understand someday. Now go, Saul.
And then Saul picks up Robin.
You sure about this?
No! I'm staying here too! Mother!
I'm so happy you called me that. Thank you.
Mother!
From now on, live for me.
Live, Robin!
As Olvia screams this to her daughter with tears in her eyes. And Robin's eyes are just filled with tears and getting red because she's crying so much as Saul takes her away. And then Olvia just stands there with Clover as the tree of knowledge burns right behind them. And even Clover starts to tear up. Then we get someone who's on the ship with Kuzan going, huh? Vice Admiral Kuzan! What is it? On the island. I'm sure of it. What is it? Speak up, man. It's the deserter, Vice Admiral Saul. Vice Admiral Saul?
Stop! Stop it, I said! There's no need to kill them! Just capture them!
But they were resisting.
We're not savage pirates. Are you all so inept that you can't control them? We've captured many ships researching history. I don't understand why these researchers must die.
Vice Admiral Saul, there's one survivor.
You
You killed them all!
Do you really desire weapons?
You pitiful fools.
And it turns out that the research team that was taken out, that was with Olvia, that was the ship that was with Saul was the one that was the ship that Saul was, proceeding over. That's the one that took out Olvia's entire research crew, leaving her as the only one alive.
You pitiful fools. You don't understand why, and yet you cast judgment on our lives? You don't even question the law, and you repeat their line that you're preventing the development of weapons?
Hey, he's a vice admiral.
You're just afraid of a past that you know nothing about.
And then someone is speaking. It's a top secret mission.
The Buster Call?
Yes, 10 warships with 5 vice admirals in command. I want you to be one of them, Saul. And someone is speaking to Saul. And it's a person that looks like they got a very big afro, and you see like a little goat behind him. It's a top secret mission.
The Buster Call?
Yes, 10 warships with 5 vice admirals in command. I want you to be one of them, Saul.
They're just scholars. Why must we be so severe? From what I've seen of them, of those we've captured so far, all they want to study is history. All they want is to study history. If their research is so dangerous, why can't the government offer to work with them? I'll be the one taking lives at the site. Give me solid proof that they are evil.
Are you doubting the government? Just be silent and obey orders. And it's this very big afro dude with glasses and a big old mustache. Then we cut to Saul outside of the cell of Olvia. Talk to me for a while. And then time passes, and then we get someone screaming, "Emergency! Vice Admiral Saul has taken the prisoner and deserted!" He knows all about the upcoming maneuver. As this big-afroed individual with a goat behind him is saying this. Right. I keep forgetting that we've already been introduced to Sengoku when the warlords came to meet up after Crocodile's defeat. I don't know why I'm speaking like this is the first time we're seeing Sengoku, but this is a young Sengoku. This whole time. Seriously, how did I forget that he was already introduced? He was already introduced earlier on in the series. How did I forget that? I'm sorry. My bad. But you guys know that this is Sengoku. Sengoku just goes, "Are you doubting the government?" Matter of fact, you know what? No, we're going to do this right. I'll go through this whole panel again just to make sure that you guys know that it's Sengoku, or those knows who's Sengoku. It's a top secret mission.
The Buster Call?
And Sengoku says, "Yes, 10 warships with 5 vice admirals in command. I want you to be one of them, Saul."
They're just scholars. Why must we be so severe? From what I've seen of those we've captured so far, all they want is to study history. If their research is so dangerous, why can't the government offer to work with them? I'll be the one taking lives at the site. Give me solid proof that they are evil.
Are you doubting the government? Just be silent and obey orders. And this is Sengoku saying this. Yeah. At this time, Sengoku is an admiral, I think. Yeah, at this time, he's an admiral.
Talk to me for a while.
Emergency! Vice Admiral Saul has taken the prisoner and deserted!
He knows all about the upcoming maneuver. After him! Saul and Olvia must be captured without fail. Kill them if necessary. They're coming after us. I'll intercept them.
Saul, you'll never be able to rejoin the force again.
Fine with me. With these doubts, I feel I could never stay with the Navy. We may have been following the law, but this tactic was far too cruel. It defied my sense of justice. Hurry back to your homeland and warn them, Olvia.
I won't thank you.
I wish you luck.
Get them! And then it cuts back to, back when Saul is running with Robin, as explosions happen all behind him.
Yeah! Fire! Yeah, they're coming for me!
Saul, please go back!
Can't do that. Robin! Can't do that. Be proud.
And then someone screaming, Robin!
Be proud, Robin. Your mother is noble. Ohara is noble. You must one day take on the duty of telling this island's history, Robin. Ohara fought against the world.
And then it cuts to a cannonball that goes sailing in, and it hits Saul directly in the face.
Whoa, a direct hit. I'm sorry.
Saul? They know it's Saul.
No need to apologize. He's an evil conspirator now. Sorry, Robin. I scared you, didn't I? Wait just a while. That must be the one. What if that had hurt Robin?
And then... please stop, Vice Admiral! What are you trying to do?
Don't come any closer! Stop! Are you in your right mind? I don't know what justice is anymore. I'm just gonna protect my friend.
Stop! Saul!
Be prepared. If you make me your enemy, there will be the devil to pay.
As Saul, with his strength, picks up an entire battleship right out of the water. Stern first. And that's the end of chapter 396. Onwards to chapter 397. In hopes of reaching the future. Miss Golden Week's plan, a Baroque reunion, volume 29. Pretending to be captured to infiltrate the prison. And it shows Golden Week 5 and Valentine being led inside by a Navy soldier who is under the control of Golden Week, so they can, explore around. And then it cuts to Saul, who takes that same battleship and slams it into the ground, completely destroying another one. Well, actually, he takes that battleship he's holding up in the air and then throws it into another battleship. And Robin is watching from a distance. What's going on? It's Vice Admiral Saul! Vice Admiral Saul? Who deserted with the prisoner Olvia is attacking... Vice Admiral Saul! Who deserted with the prisoner Olvia is attacking us! Why is he here? I don't know. Why is he here? I don't know. It's the end for this island. Everything will be burned. Save the books. We must preserve history. Throw them out the window and into the lake. It's better than losing all of them in the fire. Hurry! So that's how they did it. That's how they did it. Oh. That's how they did it.
Saul, please! Stop! You'll die!
As it shows Saul getting shot up. Get the reference materials out of the library. Save as many as you can. Save every last sentence we can. Save every last sentence we can so that the words of our predecessors go back several thousand years can be passed on to the future. And they're throwing all the books outside into the lake down below.
Robin, get to the evacuation ship now. If you stay on this island, you won't be saved.
And then it shows more explosions happening as Robin starts to run away. Yeah, now we know. Yeah, now we know. And I'm not going to say anything further than that, because that goes way into the future. And it just shows explosions happening all over Ohara, and Robin can only watch as every bit of her homeland is up in flames. Every bit of her homeland is up in flames.
Mother!
Shoot Saul! Robin, what was your mother's wish?
Live, Robin.
The evacuation ship is leaving.
Wait, someone is coming! It's the monster!
That monster girl is on the island.
Go away, you monster!
Hey, don't say stupid things. Wait a minute, I know her. That kid's mother, Olvia, was in the newspaper. She's the daughter of that criminal. If we let her aboard, this ship might come under attack too.
What? Don't be ridiculous. She's just a kid. Hurry up and get her aboard.
I'll throw you a rope. And instead of a rope being thrown down for Robin, Robin starts to stretch her hands. Robin starts to stretch all of her hands, like starts to duplicate hands so she can get onto the ship.
It's okay. I can climb up by myself.
Ah! She's a monster!
A demon! Ah!
And then it cuts to Robin, who's taken aback by this. And she lets go as the boat starts to sail away.
Aha! I found you! Evacuation ship. Do not let that girl aboard. She's just a kid, but she is an archaeologist. She's a target of this attack.
Director Spandine! Is that true?
See? If we let her aboard, we'll be in...
See? If we let her aboard, we'll be in danger! And then Robin starts running away along the coast.
Robin? CP9, hon? CP9, huh? Darn them!
Director! Vice Admiral Saul is coming this way!
What? What? Vice Admiral Saul is actually here on the island? There was no need to question Ovi about his whereabouts. Shoot! Fire the cannons!
Ice block. Partisan! And then we see someone right behind Saul throw some spears of ice towards him.
Mr. Kuzan! Kuzan!
Sorry, but if the buster call was stopped by a former Navy member, how bad would that look?
Kuzan, this assault, are you proud of it? This is... withdraw. Are you proud of it? Withdraw!
And then it cuts to more places being blown up.
This isn't right. You know it yourself. This is just being used as an example. That's why Ohara is being eliminated.
If that's for the good of the world hereafter, so be it. The reality is that the scholars did break the law. But justice changes shape, depending on one's standpoint. That is why I won't criticize your idea of justice. However, if you are going to interfere with our work, I cannot ignore that. And as they say that, cannon fire happens to hit the evacuation ship that's sailing away from Ohara and blows up the ship entirely, killing everyone on board. Remember, every man, woman, and child who managed to escape from Ohara got on that ship, and that whole ship has been blown up. Men, women, children.
Whoa! The evacuation ship exploded! What? Why?
It's cannon fire from the warships! From Vice Admiral Sakazuki's ship!
The idiot. If you're gonna do it, finish the job. If by chance even a single scholar is hiding out in that ship, all this sacrifice will be for naught. You must destroy evil at its very roots.
Sakazuki, Navy Headquarters Vice Admiral, later to become Admiral Akainu.
How can that be justice? Can you still hold your head high?
As Saul tries to punch Kuzan.
I would never go as far as that jerk. Run away, Robin! He's too strong!
Saul has escaped, and he has one of the scholars!
Ice time! Ice time! Ice time capsule!
And then ice starts to form around Saul, and it rapidly starts to freeze him.
Saul!
Robin, get away!
As this individual starts walking towards Robin through all this ice.
Run as hard as you can! If you stay on the island, you'll end up dead no matter what. Take my raft and go out to sea!
What about you, Saul?
This is the end of the line for me. I'm cornered. Go!
No! There's no one at sea!
Listen.
In the anime, they never revealed he was one of the they never revealed he was one of the admirals in the current timeline. Interesting change. So they never reveal that he would later become Admiral Akainu in the future. They never give reference to that at all, because they clearly say that he's the one that becomes Admiral Akainu in the future in the manga, but they never say anything about that in the anime. Two good things came out of the ship being blown up by Sakazuki. One, Robin survives being eliminated like the people on the ship. And two, Aunt Roji was obliterated. That's the good thing to come out of that whole ship being blown up. And that is a very messed up thing for me to say now that I've said that out loud. But at least Aunt Roji's gone. Unfortunately, so is the husband, who was actually kind of cool. Because he was the one who was all like, don't do that. She's only 2 years old. But Aunt Roji's gone, so it's not a complete and total
It's not no, they don't. Okay, interesting. Like I said, you can always count on the manga to be far more descriptive than anime, because the anime tends to leave out quite a bit of stuff. The only exception is the Thousand Year Blood War anime adaptation of the Thousand Year Blood War manga chapters, because Kubo is pretty much making the anime the more descriptive and far better told story than the Thousand Year Blood War. So that's the exception to the anime being better than the manga. But when it comes to One Piece, yeah, the manga is always the way to go when you're looking for every bit of information and nothing being left out. But let's keep going. We're almost done. I've gone on far longer because I ranted. I'm sorry. But
No! There's no one at sea!
listen carefully, Robin. You're all alone right now. But someday, without a doubt, you will meet friends.
Friends?
The sea is vast. Someday for sure, you'll find friends who will protect you. No one is ever born into this world completely alone. And Robin starts tearing up. Run, Robin! Don't look back! And when it's unbearable... You didn't find out he was at Ohara until you was nearly caught up? And when it's unbearable, remember what I taught you. Laugh like this. Watch out, Soul. Ice.
Watch out, Soul!
Ice time. Ice time. Somewhere out there, somewhere out at sea, I know they're waiting. Go and find your friends, Robin! And then, as Robin runs away, all we see is the frozen body. We just see the frozen body of Saul. Go and live with them. And then it cuts to Kuzan, who's just propping up his shades. And then it cuts to the inner part of Ohara. It's all over. It's going to fall. The tree of knowledge. So this is the history that man has chosen. Man is so callow.
I'm sorry, Robin. I couldn't leave you with any words. Befitting a mother speaking to her daughter.
As the tree comes down, and mind you, the tree comes down while all the scholars of Ohara are still inside. And then it cuts to Robin, who runs out into the distance, and she reaches the coast, and Kuzan is there ahead of her.
Oh! Oh!
Sometimes the idea of justice can turn people mad. I have decided to let you escape from this island, this seed that Saul protected. I wonder what she'll grow up to be. You can begrudge whomever you wish, but for now, just be grateful that you have your life. And from hereafter, live like a recluse. I have drawn lines of ice in the sea. If you keep going straight ahead in your little boat, you'll make landfall. And remember this, I am not an ally. If you attempt anything, I will be the foe who will come after you first.
My mother is on the island!
No one can be saved. If you want to die a painful death, you are also free to choose that. And then it cuts to Robin, who's just silently sailing away from Ohara as it goes up in flames. This is the world's best library. Do you like books? And it cuts back to Clover. Today's party is for you, Robin. Congratulations. We have cake.
Congratulations!
Be proud, Robin. Ohara is noble. And then it cuts to Saul and then Olvia.
We cannot give up on the future of the world.
So laugh when you're hurting. Laugh. When you're hurting, laugh. It seems stupid to laugh.
It seems stupid to laugh when you're hurting.
And then she starts tearing up. That's not true. And then she tries to laugh like Saul.
did it.
She can't even keep it up because she gives way to her feelings and she just screams. She just screams and cries as Ohara goes up completely in flames.
Somewhere out at sea, I know they're waiting. Go and find your friends, Robin.
And to think that Robin was blamed for sinking those battleships when all alone it was Saul. Propaganda 101. Exactly. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of chapter 397. Chapter 398, Declaration of War. Miss Goldenweek's Plan, A Baroque Reunion, Volume 30, The Strongest Suspects. And in this room that's being held, in this prison, the individuals being held in this prison are Mr. 4, Mr. 1, Daz Bones, and Crocodile. And they've apparently beaten up all the other strong dudes that were in there to, you know, exert their superiority. And we get people going,
survivors? There is no way. Hey, look at this lake. There's enough books to completely fill the lake bed. Is this by any chance? Oh, it's her! No doubt about it. Yes, we've been tracking this young girl.
She was spotted on a passenger ship, setting sail from an island far to the northeast of Ohara. Interesting. That's incredibly interesting. So they checked around the area after Ohara went up in flames, and they saw all the books thrown into the lake. Interesting. That's interesting. But we got Spandine.
Oh, it's her! No doubt about it. Yes, we've been tracking this young girl.
She was spotted on a passenger ship, setting sail for an island far to the northeast of Ohara, but we lost sight of her immediately after that.
Yes, but from out of the flames that engulfed Ohara, I saw that brat fleeing in a small boat. I'm sure of it. But before I go after her, the rudder suddenly stopped working. It was like it was frozen. She seems to have all the luck.
And then Kuzan doesn't say anything.
I'm sure Saul helped her escape at the moment of his death.
And then Kuzan is silently, giving himself away that he's the one who helped her, but he's not audibly saying that.
A scholar with the ability to read the poneglyphs is dangerous regardless of how young she is. I don't care how, but that girl must be captured without delay or this mission will have been meaningless.
79 million berries? An 8-year-old with a bounty that high? She's a survivor of those demons of Ohara who conspired to destroy the world. Propaganda making itself around. Oh, Ohara. I don't know how the heck she did it, but I hear she sank 6 Navy warships. That's why the bounty is so high. I understand both the government and Navy headquarters have taken direct action. The ideology of those executed scholars has been passed down to her. We cannot let her escape. The demon child cannot be allowed to live. And then it cuts to Robin. And then it cuts to this old lady going,
Thank you so much for helping me out. Oh no. Thank you for letting me work. By the way, before we eat today, you have some visitors.
As it shows, this old lady apparently led the government to Robin. Yeah, see, this is the reason why I don't even trust old people in this story. Because this lady led the government agents to Robin.
By the way, before we eat today, you have some visitors.
Don't let her get away. She's just a little kid.
All right, give me my money. I tipped you off, didn't I?
So, already, the grandmama stank. Old Mother Hubbard can stay in her cupboard. Literally, so like,
all right, where's my money? I tipped you off, didn't I?
Literally giving away Robin. Being all nice. She's so little, but she works so hard. Oh, you're still awake? We have an early start tomorrow morning to get supplies. Hurry and go to sleep.
Okay.
She's a good girl, but if we let her stay, we'll be in danger. Not only that, look at this bounty they're offering. And it cuts to Robin, who runs away from this other family. She's not in her room! Darn it, the little kid sensed something. Has she forgotten what she owes us? That brat! Find her! And it cuts to Robin, who's basically trying to stay out on her own. And she's taking refuge in literal garbage with the little dog that's right next to her.
Daddy, I'm sorry. I have nothing to give you.
I know all about you, Nico Robin. I'm a wanted man too. I'll feed you in exchange for odd jobs. Oh no! Help! It's Navy headquarters! Captain? Where's Robin? Hand her over to them! Ah, it's all her fault! Robin, that cursed girl! And it cuts to Robin, who runs away again. Your sin is being alive! Nico Robin is here in our town?
Found it. A poneglyph.
Get out! Get out of my shop! I have nothing to sell to you! And this is when Robin is starting to grow older and older.
I'm 16. I'll do anything. Please let me join your organization.
You betrayed me, Nico Robin! And then it cuts to the last person she interacted with. I want to borrow your power. I understand that you can read the poneglyphs. It's Crocodile, if you can't guess. It's Crocodile. And then it cuts to... We're finally in the present! It took 84 years. But we're finally back in the present from Robin's backstory. And then it cuts to Robin.
If you sound the Buster Call right here and now, not only Annie's lobby, but all of you will be blown away too.
That's ridiculous! As if they'd attack and kill their own comrades! What are you saying?
20 years ago, everyone I loved was taken from me, and countless lives were turned upside down, and the one attack responsible for that was the Buster Call. That attack is now aimed directly at you, my friends whom I found at long last. The more I wish to stay with you all, the greater your risk from the fangs of my destiny. No matter how far across the sea I sail, an unshakable foe continues to pursue me. That foe is simply the world and its darkness. First with Aokiji, and now this time, I've already involved you twice. If this is to continue forever, no matter how kind and compassionate you all are, someday it will become too much of a burden. Someday you'll betray me and cast me aside. That's my greatest fear. That's why I didn't want you to come rescue me. If I'm going to die today anyway, I want to die here.
Robin.
Robin!
So that's how it is. I understand. That makes perfect sense, as we cut back to Spandam. You're absolutely right. Having you tagging along, no one would consider that a nuisance. Look at that symbol, pirates! It represents the unity of more than 170 nations, allied across the 4 seas and the Grand Line. It represents the world. Do you realize how frivolous your resistance is? Do you understand the sheer power of the organization that is after this one woman? I totally get who's Robin's enemy is. Sniper King. Uh-huh. Shoot down that flag. Roger.
Huh?
My new weapon, a giant pachinko shooter, I call Kabuto. Witness its power. Special attack, Firebird Star. And then Sniper King shoots this shot that turns into a fiery bird that aims right for the flag of the world government and just burns a hole straight through it. Ah!
No way.
Yeah! They did it! They did it! Do they realize what an attack on this flag means? Ah! They did it! And every single official is just completely dumbfounded by the fact that someone voluntarily set fire to the flag of the world government, least of all at Annie's lobby. The pirates have made a declaration of war against the world government! Are you crazy? Do you really think you can survive now that the entire world's your enemy? And then Luffy breathes in deeply and screams to Spandam. Bring it on! As he yells up to Spandam. And as Robin looks with tears in her eyes, the flag of the world government burns, and Spandam is still just completely terrified by what he's just witnessed. Robin! I still haven't heard it from your lips. Say that you want to live!
Robin!
Then Sanji smiling, Zoro's looking, then Nami.
Robin. Live?
You can't live in this world. You can't live in this world, Robin. Your very existence is your greatest crime, Robin!
I didn't think I could wish for that. No one ever allowed me to wish it. I just want to die!
The sea is vast. Someday for sure, you'll find friends who will protect you. Have faith in Luffy!
If it's really okay to make a little wish, I want to live! Ikeda!
You know, that whole moment. I can't say the whole, I can't do it with the same level of emotion as the Japanese and English voice actors did. But I gotta say, the English voice actor for Robin, oh, she killed this scene.
I want to live! Take me to sea with you!
I like you guys, darn it, goes Frankie. And then the drawbridge starts to move and extend out to the Tower of Law. And then Chopper,
The drawbridge is lowered!
it seems they succeeded.
I'm so excited! They're coming!
As the drawbridge lowers. Hurry and lower it,
Your face is so scary!
goes Nami. And then Lucci is smiling, and then it cuts to Spandam.
Don't come up here!
And then Luffy cracks his knuckles and goes, let's go. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of chapter 398. We have one final SBS and then the final chapter of volume 41. So let's begin. Question. Yo, Oda, I know this is out of the blue, but what does Wanze use these for? And they're mentioning his goggles. Sign, Nape. Answer. Those are pop-up goggles, specifically made. Wanze is a head waiter, so naturally he uses them for cooking. Like for when he chops onions, the goggles keeps his eyes from tearing up, so he really values them. What's more, he only uses them for chopping onions. Question. Orachi, I know it's sudden, but I have a question. Crocodile is made of sand, so he can't tolerate water, right? So how does he bathe? He doesn't? That's disgusting, isn't it, Orachi? Do you bathe? Signed, Crocodile's mother. Then we get a very long explanation. Answer. Well, first of all, let's deal with the bathroom issues of those with powers. When one eats a devil fruit, the sea rejects that person and their bodies become unable to swim. The sea here includes rivers, pools, baths, everything that holds a pool of water. Seen in terms of the earth, everything is a sea. So when one with powers enters such spaces, naturally their powers don't work as well as expected. They can struggle to use them, but it doesn't do much. If it's just half their bodies, their arms and legs, the effect is lessened. Water that washes off like rain has no effect at all. So usually, they'll just submerge halfway or take showers. And in the case of Crocodile, since water itself weakens his powers, even showers will take away his ability. Still, he would only shower when there's no danger of being attacked, so he probably showers even though he momentarily loses his powers, don't you think? And finally, to the question of whether I take baths. I bathe twice, annually. Couldn't be me. I got too much Old Spice to only bathe twice annually. I got way too much Old Spice. And so we'll see you in the question corner in the next volume. Chapter 399, Jump Towards the Waterfall. Miss Golden Week's Plan a Baroque Works Reunion, Volume 31. Long time no see. The old woman not seen in a long time, and the young lady I'm greeting her for the first time. So, Golden Week is there with Valentine as they see Miss Doublefinger and Miss Merry Christmas after they'd bodied the strongest women inside of the prison cell that they were in. So it seems like Golden Week has met Miss Merry Christmas before, but never met Miss Doublefinger. All right, so that's happening with them. And then we cut to the flag. Annually? That's crazy. That is crazy. Isn't annually also known as yearly? Yeah, annually is yearly. Twice, bathes twice annually. Like I said, couldn't be me. Nah, a man must be clean at all times. Must be thoroughly washed at all times. Must be fresh at all times. There is no excuse. Oda, you know better. I know this was years ago, but still. Wash. But it cuts to the burning flag of the world government.
You really think you can survive now the entire world's your enemy?
The drawbridge is being lowered! Bring it on!
Robin!
We'll save you for sure!
Such bravery,
goes Khalifa. Yeah, so they don't fear the government flag. It's useless. No one can beat us, says Kaku. As Spandam is just screaming out, Don't come over here! Like, he's literally thinking his words is going to keep them back. Spandam is very dumb. But we cut back to the plaza in front of the courthouse. We cut to the plaza in front of the courthouse as Oimo and Kashi are doing work. We cut to the left tower with Mozu and Lulu, and they've done work. And they've beaten the guilty guards, and they've helped. Because the fact that the drawbridge is lowering means that Tilestone and Lulu helped out Mozu and Kiwi and allowed the drawbridge to be lowered.
We did it! All right, I'll pull the lever.
Right tower, Kiwi and Tilestone.
It seems Mozu and the rest did okay too.
The drawbridge is going down! Go Straw Hats! Twice would be biannually. Still, that's too few amount of times to be taking showers. To bathe? Twice a year? Twice a year? Twice? Annually? No! And then it cuts to Baskerville. Curse those pirates! As if we permit this. Prepare the mortar! Stop the drawbridge even if you have to destroy it! I won't let you do that. Pipe hitch knives! It's over for you too! Dismantle a chop! As Paulie and Zombi run in and body Baskerville completely. And they cut straight through him. Chief Justice Baskerville! Too bad. We're actually the judge trio. I'm the one on the left, Bass. I'm the one on the right, Kerville. And I'm the one in the center. Call me Princess. What are you saying? So it turns out that the three-headed Baskerville dude is actually three dudes in one full suit. That's gotta be hot. See, for me, if you're gonna be in the same suit with me and we're supposed to be pretending to be this one whole person, we all need to bathe the same day, same hour. No one can skip. I didn't know this at all. Matter of fact, I didn't know anything that went on throughout any part of this series, save for when we stopped Alabasta and skipped a whole bunch of other stuff and then got to Punk Hazard. I didn't know any of the stuff. Well, actually, I went from going to Thriller Bark, and then I knew from everything heading on there, but I didn't know anything about that. I didn't know about Baskerville. I'm learning something new every single time I read a volume. But if you gonna be with three people in one full suit, all y'all need to bathe in the same day, same hour. Not same shower, but y'all all need to bathe because y'all gonna be stuck in there to keep up appearances. Ain't no way. And it turns out that the middle guy, he's the one who has the big legs. He's the one who has the big legs of this whole three-headed body, while the two of them will have smaller legs, but Kerville's right arm is big, and Bass' left arm is huge, so that's the reason why it looks like one big, huge person. And I'm the one in the center. Call me Princess. What are you saying? As both Bass and Kerville hit him in the face. They were three people stuck together? Why? We're just close. Shut up! Fire the mortar! As a mortar goes and hits the sides of the bridge to keep it from extending. Director Spandam, please get out of the Tower of Law! The drawbridge stopped, goes Sanji. And I skipped over that. The drawbridge stopped. Director Spandam. Did I say Professor Spandam? Director Spandam, please get out of the Tower of Law. Someone's interfering. What's going on? Who are they?
All right, well done. I have to get to the gate of justice before they cross.
You're coming with me, Nico Robin. And he just grabs her. Someone, bring me Cutty Flam. Robin! Goes Chopper. Such silly pirates. We have the CP9 assassination team on our side. Nico Robin, the lone survivor of the Island of Scholars who conspired to revive the ancient weapon. And Cutty Flam, the one who inherited the blueprint for said weapon. There's no way I'd let such an opportunity for immense power just slip away. And then Frankie gets up. Huh? Cutty Flam! Huh? As Frankie holds up the blueprints for the Pluton in front of him. And Fukudo and both Jabra notice. That can't be! That's the blueprint of the ancient military weapon Pluton! It's the real thing. Do you believe me? Lucci, Kaku, you guys should know. And then Lucci looks over and his eyes widen. And then even Kaku's eyes widen as well. Can it really be? So you had that hidden in your body? Is it real? Is it real? Hand it over! Give it to me! It's the blueprints of my dreams! Nico Robin, I know now that you are not a demon, with plans to make evil use of the weapon, as rumor had it. As it is, this thing that was passed down through the generations of Water 7 shipwrights isn't just the blueprint to make a weapon. And then it cuts back to when Frankie was speaking with Tom earlier on in their lives. Mr. Tom, who accomplished so much, threw it all away for that blueprint and the future it could save. As long as we're in danger of that Nico Robin reactivating the weapon, that blueprint must exist in this world as an opposing force. Did you hear me, Spandam? Give it to me now! The reason Mr. Tom and Iceberg would give their lives to protect this was simple. If the ancient weapon ever got into the hands of an idiot like you, someone who would go berserk with power, another weapon will be needed to stop you. It's what the weapon's architect planned. With Nico Robin around, that weapon can certainly be resurrected. She's a dangerous woman. However, she has friends who will protect her. That's why I'm going to make a wager. If I fulfill the architect's wish in this situation, this is just one thing to do. Quit your rambling and give it to me! That belongs to me! And then Frankie, without a moment's hesitation, burns the Pluton blueprints. That's how you know Frankie was a G. That's how you know he was a real one. That's how you know Frankie was a ride or die the moment he showed up. This is the moment that cements Frankie as a fan favorite from day one. You don't even know, brother. It was so good. It was so good. Let's go, Frankie! No! You idiot! What are you doing? No! I'll kill you! Dude, you literally got your entire face broken by a 12-year-old Frankie? Like a young Frankie? When you were younger? You think you have the power to kill him now?
Our 5-year mission,
goes Khalifa, and Kako and Lucci just look on. The blueprint was left in order to construct a counterforce, but you government people were able to find it. This was supposed to remain a secret, and the moment the blueprint became public, it must be destroyed. Well, now the power to counter the weapon is gone. If Nico Robin falls into your hands, we're doomed. And if the Straw Hats win, you will have nothing left. I'm gonna bet on them winning. What a stupid thing to do! It seems you want to die here too! Bro, Frankie! Hey, he's on the Tower of Law! Thank goodness you're okay. Yeah, it's Bro! We've come to rescue you! We came with the Straw Hats! Sadamu and Gamora did their best too. Bro, let's go home! Are you hurt? You guys? You guys! You idiots! Who wants you to come to my rescue? As
Frankie's just bawling his eyes out that his family came to look at him. And the looks on the faces of CP9 is priceless. Yeah, everything they worked hard for. 5 years of trying to find these plans, only for Frankie to just burn them up in front.
Bro! You fools! Jerks, I'm not crying. Shut up, you guys! Whoa, how demonic.
And both Nami and Zoro say this to Luffy. Robin is waiting! Hurry and lower the drawbridge!
Oh yeah, get to it, guys. That's right. That's right. Hurry it up, or you got. Hurry it. That's right. Hurry it up, or you got. Hurry it up, you guys, or I'll kick your butts.
Oh wait, it's Nami. It's Nami saying that.
That's right. Hurry it up, you guys, or I'll kick your butts.
Nami, you're sexy when you talk like that. And this is Sanji.
Straw Hat.
Oh wait, this is Frankie. This is Frankie who goes,
Straw Hat. It seems my men were beholden to you. This time their boss Frankie here will show you super military might.
whatever! I'm still mad at you for chasing Usopp away.
But he's right next to you.
Even Frankie knows.
Cutty Flam, how dare you! Destroy my blueprint!
And then Spandam, in a fit of rage, pushes Frankie off of the Tower of Law. Remember, there's a big, giant, gaping hole that leads down there.
Huh? Whoa, bro! Our bro has fallen into the fools! Whoa, Frankie!
Hey,
Hey, pirates. Huh? Kokodo, I heard everything. What are you waiting around for? Waiting around? But the drawbridge is only halfway. Halfway is plenty. I'll be there in 4 seconds. Go forward and jump towards the waterfall.
it's the old lady. What's going on?
I don't know.
And it shows the Rocket Man speeding through all these Navy personnel straight towards the door, and then it crashes through the courthouse. Why is there a sea train in the courthouse?
She said to jump towards this waterfall.
That sounds like the sea train.
Hey, what's going on?
Chief Justice, please run!
What is this sea train?
And all three, Baskerville and the Middlehead, Baskerville, and then the Middlehead go,
I order you to stop!
like it's going runaway sea train, man. But he doesn't know that. And then all the Straw Hats get pulled by Luffy off of the roof. Let's go! And they jump off the roof right after Frankie, while everyone else is screaming. Well, it's really just Chopper and Nami screaming.
Rocket Man still chugging. Never underestimate the legendary shipbuilding company Tom's Workers.
Rocket Man?
As Frankie shows up, falling with them, and they all manage to land on the sea train as the sea train bowls through the Chief Justice Baskerville, all three of them, and it goes sailing right towards the Tower of Law.
Gah.
And as they're flying, all of the Frankie family is going,
It's flying!
and then Spandam, the last panel we have for this chapter, and the last thing we get for Volume 41 is Spandam screaming,
It's coming this way!
and that is the end of chapter 399. That is the end of volume 41. We have officially crossed the line Man, 3 hours? You must really cut those monologues. No! Never! Plus, it hasn't even been 3 hours. It hasn't even been 3 hours, because here's the thing, Cohagen, and if you'll allow me to say this, there isn't a set number of time that I need to hit in order for me to get all of these read-throughs done. So, I'll take as long as I need to get through all of these volumes, monologues included. So I just say like, wow, this went on a lot longer than my last stream. Not that saying that me taking a long time to go through these is a bad thing. It's just that I notice if I go longer from time to time. But we are done with volume 41, and we've reached the halfway mark of my entire One Piece read through, where I read it from the very beginning all the way to volume 82 and stop at the chapter before I started doing One Piece reactions. It's been a fantastic ride thus far, and we have now begun the real meat and potatoes of Enies Lobby. We've seen the emotional history of Nico Robin and found out just how dastardly the world government is. Don't worry, people in the future, you will learn. If you've been following this series, you will truly learn just how dastardly and how heinous the world government becomes later on. But we're getting closer and closer as we continue to read One Piece. We should be done in August, so I hope I see you guys every single time I do a read through for One Piece. It's fantastic. Thank you for all of your support, whichever way you show it, through liking, subscribing, or sharing, or super chats and super thanks and everything else that contributes to the continuation of this channel. I just want to say thank you for whatever you show. To everyone here, all I can say at the end of the day is, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed, well, if you enjoyed what you saw here today, I'm still working on my outro. I'm sorry. If you enjoyed what you saw here today, then like, subscribe, and share with everyone you know, because the more the merrier. Because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples!